Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish. Good evening, lovely people. Hope you're well on this bank holiday, and welcome to another Monday night live show. We are Team Kopish as always. When we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. And we have a few topics to talk about this evening. The season's over, silly season has begun, and transfer rumors are going off. Man like Matt, how you doing this evening, bro?
I'm blessed, bro. I'm all right still. I hope everyone's having a blessed bank holiday. You know what I'm saying? Good start to your week. And yeah, all Liverpool stuff is starting to kick off a bit now. So with obviously Slot being announced, what was it, last week? Players are now being linked. I think it might be a busy summer for Liverpool, especially for rumors anyway, or stuff that's going to happen, boy.
Do you know, just to segue off, you say it's going to be a busy summer for Liverpool. Do you actually think it will be, though? Because I think a lot of us have this idea in our head that, you know, we're going to do this amount of signings, sell these amount of players. I mean, Slot at final, if I'm not mistaken, in his first season, there was like a 15-player turnaround, and he did really well with it. Yeah, but that's not usually how we operate at Liverpool. Do you reckon we will adopt that approach? Because he might come in and say, look, I want to give these players a season to see how they go. And obviously our fan base might not be happy with that. He might look at a few positions and go, this needs strengthening regardless. But yeah, do you think there's any chance where he just comes in and goes, no, I'm going to wait a season and then I'll start cooking? Because Pep did that at Man City, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did. Listen, it's not when I say okay, maybe I should rephrase my wording, innit? It still will be busy. And I tell you what, I'll be busy. Contracts have to get renewed or players have to get sold. Salah, Van Dijk, Trent. Those are three big key areas that we have to get resolved one way or another. Players coming in. Now, I know some people might want 5, maybe 6 signings, 4. I think there will be 3, personally, or I expect there to be 3. And
which positions are those, bro?
A forward, like a winger forward, a centre-back, and a DM.
Okay.
That's what I think. And when I say a centre-back as well, a centre-back that can play left-back.
Okay.
And I'm ready as well, because I've got the names. Yeah, I've got the statistics. Yeah, man's there, bro. So we might, we might have to do a show on that, actually, because...
Yeah, we do. We need to do a signing show.
We're signing show.
Do you know what? We could probably do that this week,
100. Let's do that this week, bro.
Do you think all right? So, in your opinion, is 3 enough? Because let's be real, we're not sitting there saying we want top 4. We want to win the league. I know we will obviously have a bedding in season, but yeah, I still don't buy the notion that we can't win the league with a new manager, because we've seen it happen before.
I'll be honest. I would say we need 5.
What would your 5 be? Because I think I might be on the same wavelength.
So I already said a wing forward, arguably a right wing forward, a DM, and the centre back. Now to add to that, the other 2 would be go get a left back, forget the left back that can play centre back, and then go and get a centre forward.
Okay, so the only one I'd swap there is I'd get a right back. I'd leave left back for 1 season.
Would you?
Yeah.
Because you're going on the premise of...
Only because I think it would be too much then of an overhaul. Yeah. I know it sounds silly, 1 extra player, but it'd be too much of an overhaul. And I think right back's more important than left back at this stage.
All right, the reason why I think...
Especially if you sign a centre-back that can play left back. You'd have that centre-back, you'd have Gomez, and you'd have Robertson, in my opinion, who could play there. So I'd go... Whereas right back, I do think we need to, but let's not go too deep into it, because that's
I was gonna say, because
that's a teaser for you. That's a teaser for you guys. We're going to touch on that this week, and we'll do a dedicated show to that. We do want to start with a player who is currently a Liverpool player, but has been heavily linked with a move away since the mid of the season, to be honest, and that is Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz had a very up and down season. I think he started the season extremely well. Petered off because of the situation with his parents, and thank God that got resolved. Never really recaptured form again until maybe 3 or 4 games but probably about a month towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
And then throughout the season, his dad's been talking a lot, saying that he admires Barcelona, he's admired by Barcelona. And again, I'll say my bit before I open the floor to you, Matt. I don't have a problem with any player in the world chasing their dream. I genuinely don't. If Luis Diaz wants to go to Barcelona, I'm not saying this because I would sell him, but I would not begrudge him at all. Everyone should be, in my opinion, allowed to capture their dreams and go after their dreams. And if that's his dream, God's honest, I wish him nothing but the absolute best. What I haven't liked, though, is the constant talk by his dad, the constant talk by his agents and stuff. I've not liked that at all, because for me, Diaz could have stopped that happening. Diaz could have pulled his dad to a side and gone, Dad, no, not in the public. We don't do that. Let me finish the season. If you want to speak to them behind closed doors and all that, please do that. But I'm at Liverpool. They've treated me well. I like the club. Got a lot of love for the club. Let me cook here and then Barca in the summer. But I do want to go Barca, but Barca in the summer. I don't know where you sit on that, Matt, but that's how I feel about it.
All right, so big up Drift, because I think he spoke about Diaz earlier on today, actually, in the in this show he done earlier on today. So big up Drift, he done a show earlier on today. Go check that out, people. All right, so here's my thing about Luis Diaz. So the whole scenario with his dad talking, I don't really like that. I think, like you said, he's still the player. He can tell his dad, like, nah, Dad, let's just not get involved in the headline thing, and let's sort this out at the end of the season when Liverpool have got all their board members in check and whatever. Bro, Diaz, in my opinion, he's a bit of an anomaly, and I'll tell you why. He has amazing football ability, you know. You can't say the guy's not talented and doesn't have ability. The problem for Liverpool fans, and like myself, is that the end product isn't always there. Now, granted, this year was a very, very tough year for him, just like how it was last year, funny enough, because last year it was the injury. Now, this year it was his parents, and I understand that. Like, that's something that you can't control. Emotions, you're going to be up and down. It's not just going to get resolved straight away just because you find your parents have, thankfully and godwillingly were found. It doesn't just disappear. So I understand the whole up and down nature of his season. However, there are things where I look at Diaz and think your production, bro, for the amount of, times that you play and how I feel like you could utilize the ball better. You should be more dangerous. Don't get me wrong. Diaz can create space a bit like a Jack Grealish, run down the wing, cut inside. But sometimes you hold on to the ball a bit more. And that's where I will say Grealish has gotten better, because Grealish might hold on to the ball, but he's very patient, and Grealish will release the ball at the right time. Whereas I feel like Diaz isn't really doing that. The thing is, bro, I'll say this as well. I know a lot of people will say I criticize Darwin Núñez, and some people might say I'm harsh on him. But the one thing I will say about Darwin Núñez compared to Diaz so far, I haven't heard any talk from Darwin saying he's going to leave. I get it. It's us fans more saying, I don't think he's good enough. He can go type thing, or, okay, the Instagram post. But to be fair, Darwin Núñez, we ain't heard nothing. And he gives 100% all the time. So does Diaz, by the way. I'm just saying, though, you don't hear the chitter-chatter from the Diaz camp. That's one thing I will say, to be fair to Darwin. Whereas I'm hearing a lot of chitter-chatter about Senior Diaz. Big up Senior Diaz, because I don't even want to disrespect him either. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I see Senior Diaz in the stands and all that, supporting his son, like what you're supposed to do. But just a word of advice, like you're saying, Carl, or even to not even Senior Diaz, I can't say advice. He's a grown man, but what I would say is, in England, we try not to air our dirty laundry, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let the board sort that out. You go speak to Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes and sort that out. They will pattern that for you if that's what you want to do. Yeah. But it's not nice for us fans when we're hearing in March, by the way, he's spoken to Barca. Deco's on the phone talking to Man, see if it can happen. Do you get? That's the only thing I don't like. But big up the Diaz camp, because they went for a lot this year, and I'm just trying to be as fair as possible, bro. Do you know, like that? So,
no, I hear it. Looking at the situation with Diaz, obviously we speak about his numbers, etc. Do we need to go and get a like-for-like replacement, or do we just say bye to Diaz and then look at what we've got within the squad to fill that left wing role, in your opinion?
All right, so Do you know, I was saying in the other show, I was Two-Face, yeah? This is where I've hit a bit of a conundrum.
Yeah.
To find a player like Diaz that can do the one-on-one and, you know, kind of get at his defender
Yeah.
is a hard thing to find, Carl. You got players that I don't personally like, but people really, really rate him highly. Anthony Gordon. But I don't think we'll get any Gordon anyway.
No, we ain't.
Someone who I would like us to get, for example, which I could play like Diaz, would be a Rodrigo. But the only way Rodrigo goes, in my opinion, is if he actually forces the move. Florentino Perez does not want to get rid of him. So if he forces the move, right?
Yeah.
Then you start looking at Rafael Leao's. Well, Rafael Leao's been linked to Saudi. And not only that, he has a release
Has
clause.
he?
Milan don't want to sell. Apparently, Saudi are saying if they can tempt Leao, they will pay the release clause, which is 175 mil. But again, Leao is not a slot wing forward. Leao is very much the maverick of the team has to be built around Leao. I'm not trying to say he can't be coached and he can't be a bit more aggressive, but as things stand, that's not really him. So then you start looking at, all right, then you got to look at the lower league. Maybe I look at a Somerville, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't really like. He's good and all, but this is why I hit a conundrum, Cal. So even though I know production needs to be better, in my opinion, it does. Are we going too far with the Diaz thing? If he wants to go, he can go. But what I'm saying is, let's say he wants to stay. Is it a necessity that we have to upgrade on him? That's what I want to ask.
So here's the thing. Everyone knows my thoughts on Rafael Leao. I think on his day, he's phenomenal, but I don't think he has his day enough. Everyone knows I rate Crabber, but this season, Crabber's been extremely inconsistent as well. Granted, he did get better when Osherman started playing again, but still very inconsistent for me. Musiala for me would be the one that stands out, but I don't know if we spend that sort of money on him.
Yeah, is he realistic?
The thing is, I do think Diaz can be upgraded on, but the player might not be as silky as him. And here's, I think that's another thing we may have to kind of sacrifice. We may have to sacrifice that silk, that samba style, that get you off your seat moments and stuff.
Production,
yeah. Because again, I'm not even saying I want this player anymore, but Bowen, for example, there's no frills with Bowen. You rarely see a step over. You won't see him really twist a man up or anything like that. But you know, throughout the course of a season, the production's going to be on point. I'm at a point now with Liverpool where I'm good sacrificing that. It's all well and good having those players in your team, but if they're not contributing on a regular basis and it's sometimes becoming a hindrance, then I'm all for it moving on. So I would upgrade on him. I just don't know if we need to get another left winger straight away.
And that's what, because I was big at the chat as well each and every time. Love to each and every one of you, man. The chat are saying like Adeyemi. Now, I've spoken about Adeyemi maybe 2-3 years ago, and I thought he was a prospect, and I do think he is, but I'm talking strictly about the left, because if we're talking about the right, that's a different conversation, maybe for a different day. And I don't want to kind of go into, so I don't want to spoil anything, but
no, we can touch on Adeyemi, because Adeyemi can play left, right, and centre forward.
I know he's versatile, but I prefer Adeyemi off the right as things stand. His development, in my opinion, he's better suited as a right wing forward. However,
can I say something a little controversial?
I don't think he's the guy. Yeah, go on.
Again, you know I rate Adeyemi, right?
Yeah.
I think Adeyemi coming into a Klopp team makes all the sense in the world. Adeyemi coming into a slot team, I don't think makes as much sense, because I don't think we rely too much on the pace and that high turnover and that quick play. I think Adeyemi's still very raw. I don't think he's really kicked on that much since he's moved to Dortmund, which I'm quite surprised at.
Same.
I'd rather go for someone who's more technically astute than someone who's more of an athletic player.
What? Someone said Kudus.
Do you know what? Since we're here, Matt, in the background, I've been preparing a little something. I've done a comparison with some of the right wingers in the game right now who could come in, and even though there might be right wingers, they could come in and replace Diaz, because you can play Gakpo left, Nunes at a push could play left, Jota at a push could play left as well.
Yeah.
So I've done a comparison between Elise, Adeyemi, Kudos, Bowen, and Bakayoko. Now, unfortunately, Bakayoko, I can only get his Champions League stats for whatever reason. So it's not going to be a fair one with him.
Yeah.
I might just remove him, actually.
Remove him, because I think he's got 14 and 14 or 14 and 8 or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to make the screen a bit bigger just so it's a bit easier to see. All right, are you good with that, Matt? Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll just give a rundown. So games played, Bowen's got the most with 34. Kudos has played 33. Adeyemi 21, and obviously Elise only 19.
So let's cut you, Carl. Should we? Someone says, should we add Diaz for context? Maybe we should. Can you add Diaz?
Yeah. Let's do it.
So we can do a little. Do you know one thing I'm already seeing, and I've been saying it. Stats on it till half of the story. It's a mad thing, though. When you look at it, we're gonna get into it, but it's a madness.
Oh, it's not that Luis Diaz.
Isn't it? I didn't even know there was another one, bro.
No, neither did I.
There's a next one, There's an imposter.
Luis Diaz.
What? No, the man there said it's a raffle, bro. Hold on.
The real Luis Diaz, please stand up.
Did you do the first one or the second one? It's the second one, the one with
I did the third one. This is the third one now. No, it's not even this one.
No,
I need his actual name.
Hold on. His actual name is. It's Luis Fernando Diaz Marulanda. We shouldn't don't find it. Yeah, it's gotta be that one. If that's not the real Diaz, bro. All right then.
All right. Let's start from the top. So Diaz played 37 games in the Prem. He only missed one game.
Bro, and this is what I'm saying. That's mad,
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Do you know how crazy that is? Considering what happened.
Considering he came back from two bad injuries last season.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, he only missed one game through the situation with his parents, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's brilliant.
That's insane, bro.
That is brilliant. Right. In terms of minutes played, he still came second though to Bowen. Bowen played a lot of minutes. Subbed on 5 times. Adeyemi was subbed on the most and subbed off. Diaz was subbed off 21 times.
20 raw, but you could argue
you could look at that in two ways. You could look at that as in he's not making an impact, or we've just got a lot of depth that Klopp trusts.
Yeah, and rotation.
So you could look at it two ways there. Shots excluding block shots, Diaz has had the most. Pound for pound, though, Elise's had the most because he's played only 19 games and has got 36. Diaz played 37, got 65, but even still got way more than the others. Shot accuracy, Elise's top of the list there. Kudos is low there, I'm not going to lie.
Kudos is low. Look at Bowen second, and then it goes to Adeyemi, and then Diaz.
And then Kudos.
Yeah.
Shots on target. Again, Bowen top of the list there. Diaz second. Again, minutes per game played would be Elise, where he's got 21.
Yeah.
Shots from set pieces.
That are not involved.
Yeah, only Elise is a set piece taker and penalties as well. Winning goals. So 2 for Elise, 2 for Adeyemi, 1 for Kudos, 4 for Bowen, and 1 for Diaz. Away goals, again, Bowen leads the charts there.
What is Jared Bowen cleaning up everything, bro?
I ain't saying nothing. Goals now. 16 for Bowen, 10 for Elise. He got 10 in 19 games.
No, that's impressive. But we have to add context.
Crystal Palace.
Though. The Crystal Palace go in a purple patch, though. That's one thing. I'm not taking that in a way.
They went on a purple patch when he came back, Matt.
Because even Mateta done a mad thing when they came back. And he's been, if I'm not mistaken, Mateta had 11 goals in 8 appearances up until he started going mad.
Yeah,
that's
and then 13 on the glass now.
Yeah, it's hard to say with Palace.
As a right winger, to get 10 in 19 is crazy.
That's cold.
And he got 9 of those are non-penalty goals. All the Bones are non-penalty. Same with the others, to be fair.
Yeah. And Diaz.
Goals from outside the box. Sorry, from inside the box. Bowen is top. Lise and Diaz are second joint. Kudos and then Adeyemi. Goals from outside the box. 2 each for Kudos, Bowen, and Elise.
Yeah.
Right-footed goals. This is where Kudos is starting to shine, showing his ambidexterity. Whereas none for Elise, 3 for Bowen, though, to be fair, and 1 for Adeyemi.
Yeah.
Left-footed, again, that's Elise all day. Assists, and again,
Raw. So it's kind of close between the man them.
But again, when you look at it, 19 games, 6 assists. He got 16 GA in 19 games. Kudos.
Yeah, Elise is even because Elise had less games. It's even more impressive.
But them lot got 6 assists. They've all got 6 assists. Diaz got 5.
Yeah,
chances created again. Diaz has got 62 chances created. Next is Elise on 35. Then Bowen and then Kudos. Passes attempted. Luis Diaz is way out in front there. Same with pass accuracy, way out in front. Right. That could speak testimony to our football and the fact we're a dominant team.
I was gonna say, but it still surprises me that Diaz has created so many chances compared to the others. That has surprised me. That's probably the stat so far that's made me go, "Oh, okay." But like you said, we're Liverpool. Do you know what I mean?
So we're gonna have a line share. Crosses attempted again. It's only Kudos and Elise attempting cross, but again, Elise has had way more crosses. He's had more crosses in half the games, pretty much.
Do you know one thing I'll say about Elise though? Would you say they're a little bit? Would you say they're a little bit more direct than the others in terms of the crossing? Like, Palace are changing their way they play.
He's got a 25% accuracy when it comes to crossing, which is pretty good.
The next best is Kudos on 21, isn't it?
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, 21.
Which is very impressive considering he's played more games. But saying that it doesn't really correlate for games here because it's just the amount of crosses, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not even correlating. Remember, Kudos sometimes plays on the. In fact, Kudos has been playing on the left a lot. You know,
he has. He's been moved about.
Yeah.
In terms of through balls, again, that's Elise. Forward passes is Diaz, then Elise, then Bowen, then Kudos. I'm not gonna lie, Adeyemi is not coming out too good in this chart.
Adeyemi looks like he needs to go into the hyperbolic time chamber. I can't lie.
Backwards passes, Kudos and Diaz kind of lead here. Again, that's testimony for Diaz anyway. That's testimony to how we play our game. We're very much side to side and quite patient in our build-up play. Duels contested. This is where Kudos really shines. Like really shines. 531 duels contested, 124 take-ons completed, 62% take-on success. Only person close. Well, Elise and Diaz are pretty much on 54% each. Fouls won again. Kudos is winning fouls for fun. Ground duels contested. He's out there clear. 1 clear, duels 1 clear, ground duel success clear. So that's obviously where Kudos is coming into his own.
1 second, guys. 1 second.
Cool. Touches again. Kudos leads there. Diaz leads there. Ball recoveries. Kudos leads there as well by quite a landslide. Possession lost. This is where it shows Kudos is taking more risks than the others. However, you can actually argue that it's paying off when you look at the other beneficiaries there with regards to some of the other stats. And then Adeyemi's losing the ball less. And then it's Elise. Drift, welcome to the show, bro. Just looking at this chart, I think there's 2 players that stand out, in my opinion. I think very clearly stand out.
What, the 2 West Ham players?
Well, in terms of who is available, Bowen's not available.
Yeah, I mean, it depends which way you want to look at it. For example, people said Diaz isn't creative enough. That's always what I hear people say. But in those stats you just showed, he was way out in chances created. So how does that suit the narrative?
So, very true. I don't know how many big chances created those are, though.
Just says chances created, bro. He was way
No,
out
but that's
ahead
what
of everyone else.
No, I hear that, but it's difficult to actually like prove how good the chances created are.
The other
There's-
thing you
that's
have to
why the
take into
difference between
consideration is
chances,
all of
big
those lot are
chances.
playing with way less pressure. Something you can never quantify. Very easy to turn up for West Ham in comparison to Liverpool. Way less pressure, way lower expectations, different playing style. Even Crystal Palace, like Elise's a bad boy. You know how much I like Elise. No pressure at Crystal Palace. He's the guy, knows it, can play with freedom. Who knows what he'd be like under? We saw Luis Zaha go to Man United, and some would say buckle under the pressure of
He was
being
a
at the
kid,
bigger
bro. No,
club.
there's a lot of context behind the Zaha one that we can't even speak about on here. But on the flip side of what you're saying,
He's still buckled at the pressure though of being at Man United.
We can't actually speak about what happened with Zaha on there, but it's he didn't buckle under pressure there. And plus he was a kid, bro. Like he was proper young. But
Well, he was
at
what,
the same
20?
time,
He wasn't that young.
Buff 20's a kid, bro.
No, but he wasn't like 17 or something. Like at 20, he's supposed to be when you're coming into your own, right? As in, like, if you're good enough to make that move, I think 20 years old is big enough, is old enough. So if you make the move to a big club, that you kind of got a. But anyway, yeah, go on.
But what you've just said is true. But on the flip side, if they come to Liverpool, they're playing with better team, better facilities. So even though they might have less pressure there, they're going to have way more at their disposal when they come to a better team. Like we saw with players like Mane, Gini Wijnaldum. Like Wijnaldum didn't have a great season at Newcastle. Came to Liverpool, was brilliant. Mane wasn't getting great numbers at Southampton. Came to Liverpool, was getting great numbers. So
yeah, but you definitely knew that they were ballers.
And you look at Kudus and you look at Elise, and you can see they're ballers.
Yeah, I know.
What have I missed? Sorry.
But again, we still had to hope they stepped up, and thankfully they did. Gini and Mane. That's always going to be the underlying question mark over anything when it comes to a player moving to a bigger club. There's so many times when people will tell you that the shirt weighs heavy, so it is a little bit easier to look at some of the stats and then think, could they do it? And you're like, sometimes you just never know.
So I'll ask you straight then, Drift. If I said to you Diaz goes, but you can get in Elise or Kudus, would you do it?
I think Kudus plays more on the right, personally, from what I've seen. So I would be a little skeptical about him playing left consistently when I see him play more right for West Ham. And
I'm not saying he would come in and I'm not saying he would come in and play left though, because Gakpo can play left, Nunez could play left, Jota could play left. If I said to you Diaz goes, but one of those guys comes in, would you do it?
I wouldn't swap him for Elise. I'd be too worried about Elise's injury record. I need to see another season of him getting over it to know that you don't have to worry about that with Elise, especially the price we'd have to pay for him.
So just to debunk that, Diaz, we just looked at Diaz's stats. Diaz only missed one game in the league this season, and he came off 2 bad injuries like Elise did last season.
Yeah, no, but again, this is what I'm saying. So he'd have to have that Diaz season for you to trust he's okay. That's what I mean. Like Diaz is
someone's going in from this summer though. Someone's going in from this summer. There's not going to let him.
Bro, let them take the risk. Liverpool don't have money like that to take risks on what 60, 70 mil you probably have to pay for him. We don't have money to take.
At least they've got a release clause in it. Apparently 60. Man United and Chelsea are the favourites to get him.
Well, there you go. I think he's special. I do. But we ain't got money to just mess around like that. So, like, are we willing to take the risk? I don't know.
I think it's 55. I think it's 55.
It's you know what? It's crazy because I could hear you lot talking while I was just getting ready and stuff, and it's just weird. I don't know. Like, there's a part of me that just thinks that we've just become way too. And when I say we, I don't mean you lot. I just mean football people in general. We've become way too obsessed with stats in the modern game, and I think people just constantly just like it's output. To be fair, Klopp is actually the one who ruined the world of football when it comes to this, in my opinion. Because I even watched something the other day and he was touching on it. Before he did the Sadio and Mane thing.
Sadio and Salah thing.
Yeah, Sadio and Salah, sorry. In the Premier League, people didn't really see wingers as goal getters like that. And it was like Klopp changed the game in the Premier League of like
No, Sterling
your
Sterling
wingers.
was Sterling was getting goals.
Yeah, he was getting goals, but the whole like remember Sane wasn't looked at as a goal scorer. I'm not saying wingers didn't score goals. What I'm saying is Klopp changed the game where it got to the point where both of your wingers are expected to get 20 goals, and if they don't, they're seen as they're not good or they're not having good seasons. Wingers getting 20 goals was unheard of before Klopp did this. Like wingers never used to get 20 goals. You got the odd fluke, like Ronaldo at Man United was kind of playing. You got the odd fluke, but it weren't a thing. It wasn't like the barometer of what you were judged on. And Klopp with Mane and Salah truly changed the landscape of the Premier League and made it like your wingers are looked at now like they have to get double figures. They have to get 20 goals. Otherwise, they're not contributing enough and this and that. And I know that was about 7 years ago, so we're a long way down the line. But why do we keep looking at the situation now where like if your winger is a good player, very technically sound, but he's not getting 20 goals, yeah, we should move him on. We can upgrade on him. It's like a bit of a weird one for me because I'm trying to move with the new school, but I also have the old school about me where I appreciate ballers. So I get stuck in the mix of, well, if everyone's chipping in with goals and everybody's doing their part, especially like this season, Elliott was doing his part. You know, people like even Curtis Jones, these people are chipping in here and there. And then you've got Salah obviously banging in goals. You've got Nunes, Jota, everybody's scoring goals. Gakpo, everybody's scoring goals. I'm not obsessed with why is Diaz only getting this amount of goals? Because I'm like, he's just playing his part within the system. So I'm not even in the camp of selling Diaz. So I totally understand all of this, like what we could do and who we go. These are conversations we got to have. But if you ask me, unless he forces a move to Barcelona and actually wants out, he's an absolutely fabulous squad player. So even if you upgrade on him, why has he got to go?
Because then you've got him and Gakpo. You can't have 3 left wingers.
But then we don't need a left winger there. Maybe get a right winger because we've only got one right winger.
All right, but that's fair. But if the context here is that it kind of looks like he does want to go. But even still, when you say the whole Klopp's ruined things with Mane and Salah, for example, Man City fans, they weren't moaning at Sane not getting double figures in goals, but that's because Sane was producing numbers and doing things in other ways. Like Diaz this season.
Was he?
Sane.
If we go back, I don't think Sane's stats were that good, you know.
No, but I think
Leroy
Sane turned up though. That's the thing. He took big eye. So
what
I would say
he's a baller, but if you're talking statistically, Cal, he weren't really doing
no, but Sane
numbers.
wasn't a stats man. But I would say that when you saw Sane, you knew how dangerous he was. He was integral.
So Diaz is dangerous.
No, hear what I'm saying?
Is he really though, Drew?
Sane was
of course
way.
he is.
You see the Sane and Sterling connect at one point before Mahrez even got involved. I think people are forgetting how crazy Sane.
No, but he used to play either or. There was loads of times.
Sorry. Let me cut. I'll cut you both really quickly. Sorry. Sane's first season, he got 5 and 3 in the 16-17 season. So 16. So he's 28 now. In 2016, so that was 8 years ago. He'd have been 20 years old when he came to the Premier League. He got 5 and 3. 17-18, he got 10 and 15 in the league, and 18-19, he got 10 and 10.
Those aren't magnificent numbers,
but it's way better than Diaz.
Only by a little bit. 10 in 10.
No, 10 and 10. 10 goals and 10 assists, just in the Prem.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not spectacular. If Diaz had 10 in 10, everybody wouldn't be saying it's great.
Nah, bro.
Diaz has got 8 in 5. Okay, yeah, it is less, but it's only a 7 goal contribution.
No, I think that's in the Prem.
People acting like Diaz is. Yeah, Diaz has got 5 in the Prem and he's got 8 goals, so he's got 13. Sane had 20, so there's a 7 goal difference.
Has he got 5 assists? Diaz.
It's not the type.
20 in what he got 20 in one season. The season before that, he got 25, and he's the creative winger.
Yeah, Sterling was the goal scorer, innit?
Diaz has never had an opportunity to do that because of the injuries, so that's unfortunate. So if we want to add the context, there's obviously been things that have got in the way.
He played 37 games this season in the Prem Drift.
Yeah, and he went through some shit as well, you know. Like this season weren't smooth sailing.
I never said it was, but
it was recovery season. No, I'm not discrediting Sane. I'm saying Sane wasn't like absolutely blowing Diaz out the water with regards to like what he was doing.
No, he kind of was.
He had big moments in games. I agree. But I don't look at 13 goal contributions or 20 goal contributions and go, oh, it's night and day. Like, it's not night and day, is it?
No, Drift, it kind of is, bro. Especially when you look at the fact they're both creative wingers.
It's not night and day. It's only a 7-goal swing or 7-goal contribution swing.
10 and 10 and 10 and 15. That's both in the Prem. That is impressive though, because even if
they're good stats, they are good stats.
Because
I don't rate stats.
But do you know what's so crazy? Take out the stats though. Anyone that would
Sane was way better. He's on a whole nother level.
The Sane Sterling Aguero thing was a Mazzolini because it was. Like take
Sterling
away
and Sane
stats.
didn't play together very
Sane,
often.
if I'm being honest, Sane always turned up.
It was Sane on the left and Sterling on the right and Aguero through the middle.
Sane was on the left, bro. And if you remember, Sane used to cook us sometimes as well. You remember?
No, Sane is a good player. The point I'm making is it wasn't night and day. He wasn't like tearing it up in terms of the stats that you can look at him and you can look at Diaz and go, oh yeah, it's not even comparable.
Sane was 21 and 22. Diaz is 27, 28 doing this. That wasn't Sane in his final form.
Diaz got 19 goals a season that we bought him. Nobody cares about that, though.
In Portugal, bro. We're talking about Prem now.
He's still showing his ability to get goals.
It's not, though, because that's a one outlier season because the previous seasons he wasn't getting those stats.
What's Sane's stats like at Bayern Munich?
I'll have a look.
Just out of curiosity. And I rate Sane.
I don't understand. I'm a bit buffed because are we sitting there saying Sane wasn't like cold at Man City? Sane was cold, right?
No. The point was people are too obsessed with goals for wingers.
Right.
And I don't necessarily think scoring goals is the only metric to judge a winger on. We just went through those stats, and it actually said that Diaz was created the most chances.
We're saying production.
It said he created the most chances. That got skipped over so quickly by everybody here, you two and the thing. Hold on, he created the most chances.
Hold on. Drift. I think you missed that.
Because nobody, it never got dwelled on.
You didn't want watching. Shall I tell you why he wasn't watching? Shall I tell you why he wasn't watching? The crowd about me on this. So I know you weren't watching. You weren't watching. I'll tell you why, Drift.
I was, Bob, and I'll tell you exactly.
I'll tell you why he wasn't. I'll tell you why. I went, oh my days. The most surprising thing so far. The most surprising thing so far is that I can't believe Luis Diaz has created the most chances. That's what I said.
And then that was it. Instead of being like, right, maybe we're underestimating just.
Did I not speak about Diaz? What did I say, bro? Drift, you coming on a mare, fam. You coming on a mare, bro.
No. If you lot think you dwelled on it in terms of giving him the respect.
But you're just doing this because he's a Liverpool player and not just looking at this objectively, bro.
No, I am looking at objectively.
Chat, did I not speak highly? Bro, you know what's so crazy? When we mentioned Diaz's chance creation,
it wasn't dwelled
on. I literally said, "Oi, Cal, do you know what? I'm not surprised about the Diaz chance creation thing, you know? That's a Mazzolini."
That right there, that proves that there is an actual narrative going around about Diaz that's not real. That he's not creative because he doesn't have a lot of assists. But maybe people are missing the chances he's creating if he's created the most chances. And I heard you, Matt. You went, "Right, I'm really surprised at that stat, you know." And then it just moved on to the next thing. It wasn't a thing of like, hold on, let's take a minute here, actually.
So which stats did I dwell on?
So hold on, that means you didn't even hear me say the part. Cal, I'm conflicted, you know. Remember, Cal said that. Cal, remember.
Hold on, no, I'm gonna shut this down right now.
Because I think you're moving Drift right now. I don't think you heard anything, bro. I'll be honest.
Since Luis Diaz has been at Liverpool, since he's been at Liverpool, he's created 9 big chances.
But why does it have to be a big chance, bro?
Because a chance could be me passing you the ball, you going for a 25-yard run and scoring a goal, bro. That's creating a chance.
No, that's not creating a chance, bro.
An assist is bro. He would have got an assist for that as well.
No. There's like a certain amount of time that it has to be between the pass and the goal for it to be considered an assist. But anyway, if he's got the most chances created, so, all right, how many big chances have the others created then? If we're going to do the judgment, because if Diaz has only created 9, how many is Kudos? How many? Because why has it only got to be a big chance? Because he said chances created. It doesn't have to be like a tap-in or like an obvious chance for someone to score. For him to have still done his work with whatever he did with the ball to create an opening and be dangerous in the move. Chances created. They don't have to be big, massive chances. I think
But
people are
no
getting
one-
too caught up with
No,
all of
but
this.
no one's saying what his chances created is even bad. I was actually bigging at Diaz. That's why I'm so confused. Because I
No, I'm
literally said,
trying to talk
I-
about the
Sorry
narrative. man.
to cut you both. This season alone, Michael Elise has got 9 big chances created for Crystal Palace. This season alone. When I said 9 chances created for Luis Diaz, that was over the entire course of his Premier League career.
oh,
That
right.
match said
Kudos.
Crystal Palace went on a purple patch. We don't know if you can keep that up.
Kudos this season has created
said it
5 big
best.
chances this one season. Every time I say a stat that you don't like, bro, you flip on it.
No,
Why
I'm just doing what everybody else does.
Why haven't you dwelled on the 9 big chances created when that's 9 in what a year?
who?
Let's say two seasons.
Because it doesn't have to be a big chance created for me. If you're being creative and you're creating chances, it doesn't have to be. What is the metric for a big chance created? We spoke about this. We don't even know what a big chance created is or a big chance means. Like, what's the metric for all of this? This is when it's trying to make football too techie. Sometimes
Why is that making football too techie?
Because I need to understand now what's a big chance. What is considered a big chance? What does anyone know the metric?
Bro, we're not gonna go into that now. I mean, we can always.
But that's what I'm saying.
Really
So when we're doing all of this big chances, and
no,
we
but
don't
we're
even know
being
what
fair
the
to everybody.
metric
But let's say you don't even know what it
Exactly my
is.
point.
But
We've
we're
given
being
everyone
fair
the
to
same
everyone.
parameters.
We're not saying, oh, this person caused it this and it. We're literally just saying this is what's happened. And bro, like I'm saying before, I literally said stats on everything. I literally said that because I was like, right, so mad because with Diaz, you wouldn't even think that, and he's got so stats don't give you everything. They really don't. But what we're here to talk about is production for the winger that apparently wants out of Liverpool. You done the show earlier on today. Big up again. I told the people, I said, go check that out. You spoke on Diaz situation. The main thing about Luis Diaz, while we even have this conversation, is because Senior Diaz seems like he wants to take his son to Barcelona. And we're here saying now, if that is the case, we got to think of a contingency plan where we got to look at options, because we're also looking at Diaz thinking, listen, for all the talent that he has, and I've already stated this, yeah, he is an amazing talent, but his production, in my opinion, should be higher. Now, can we go and improve on that? And this is where we're at right now. Can we improve on this, bro?
And I'm here for that part of the conversation. The point I'm making is just to defend Diaz against the slander that I believe is unfair that he gets on a regular basis.
But this is not happening in this show.
But
bro.
we're not doing no slander, bro. We're literally
looking at his stats and then people putting his stats down is what's been happening for a while now. And that's why while we're on the subject of Diaz, I'm just bringing in the context of I think his stats don't paint the right picture. I think he's very skewed on what's what and where's where, what role you play in what team, what you do within the team, what system you use, all of that kind of stuff. And I watched Diaz with my own eyes. And apart from his finishing being poor at times, I always watch him constantly being a good player for Liverpool, being a threat, dragging players out of position,
His
contributing
final
to
pass
this
isn't
team.
great either, Drift. His final ball isn't great.
There's a lot of times when it is good though.
No, but there's not a lot of times, Drift. I always heard he'd have more assists. It's not a lot.
Because if the person misses the chance, bro, that how can he be
Because
blamed?
we watch, bro, the same time you watch football, bro. We do watch alongs with you, bro. So we watch the games with you.
How many times he does a good cross into the box? Look how many times he cuts it back.
When does he cross? He barely crosses, bro.
No, it doesn't have to be in the air. I just mean like pulling it back, putting it across the face. He does do that well.
Bro, he barely crosses, whether it be on the ground or in the air. He barely crosses.
So how has he got so many chances created?
Through playing foot, bro. He's not just crossing.
No, but a chance created has to be through a pass.
All right, then, Drew. All right, look.
Skill that you've done.
Crosses attempted. Since it's going to be an argument with everything I say, crosses attempted. At least say 97, 25 for Adeyemi, 94 for Kudos, 75 for Bowen, 26 for Diaz. I'm not just saying stuff for the sake of it. Bro.
Is that a cross in the air? What kind of cross?
But it's crosses. Crosses are cross.
No, because when I watch him put the ball across the face of the box, cut the ball back. So I don't even know what that metric means by cross.
You know,
crosses
can I be honest?
In the air or across the box.
I'll be honest, bro. You see, if it was Football Manager and someone said like, his style of play will be drift in field often. Like, no pun intended, by the way. All
Mm.
Luis Diaz does, in my opinion, one of his strongest, he does kind of like a Jack Grealish thing. Get the ball, cut inside, and see if he can lay it off. That is his game. We all see Diaz, yeah? Diaz ain't really a crossing person. That's more Gakpo. Gakpo tries to look for the back stick. Gakpo will even try, put that cross in. But I don't think Diaz does that, bro. Diaz is more, I'm going to cut inside and maybe look for a 1-2. Tries to link up play. That's his game, in my opinion. That's how I've always seen Luis Diaz. He ain't that guy for me. Like, in terms of, like, he doesn't, what I'll say, he doesn't vary his game enough. That's what I think. That's nothing even bad, but it's just, that's his style of play. He likes to go in field, cut inside, innit? Whereas I think Grealish maybe seems to be that Man City.
I watch him pull the ball back for people and create chances for people all the time. But
I wouldn't say he was a big chance creator. That's the thing. I would say that he can offset a defense with his willingness running and he can and his dribbling. But I wouldn't really say that he's a massive chance creator. Like, I wouldn't sit there and go, "Oh my days!" Like, look how many chances Diaz laid on for whoever to score today. That's not how you might say that, but I don't personally. But I don't see that.
And again, the way we play, like I said, the system, it's all different. When I'm seeing a lot of those players in there that are saying that they've had a lot of crosses, maybe they've got more of a central striker than us. That like their game plan is to cross more. Maybe if Diaz had like a Harry Kane up front, maybe he would cross more. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of variables within
You've
this
got
situation.
Nunes, bro.
No, but Nunes doesn't just play down the middle. Sometimes he's out wide, he's drifting. Sometimes he's played left wing. Like, we don't just have like a system where we have like a bit like a Mateta, for example. What was Elise's crossing?
Elise's crossing was
Because someone like Mateta
97.
is like that guy, 97. See what I mean? Like, because he is that kind of guy that's like big in the box. That's his job, to be in the box. So there's more of a like, wingers get crosses into the box because that's Mateta's food and drink.
It's not just going to be crossing to one person, though. Remember, Mane was crossing to Salah and Salah was crossing to Mane. It's not like you just need a big centre forward to cross the ball in.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is there is still that kind. Like Antonio at West Ham, for example, he is that big, strong guy that there'll be a lot. Superchats making. There'll be a lot more onus on West Ham wingers to look up and get crosses in the box because they've got big, tall, powerful players. That's a lot how they play. We don't necessarily play that way as well, so it's very hard to judge exactly what you get from. How many times does Diaz cross the ball when you're like, well, like Matt said, a lot of the time it is the give and the go because that's how we play. We haven't got someone's in the box, just get down the wing and cross it in. But I see Diaz pull the ball back a lot, put it across the face. Whether it pulls off or not, I watch him do that a lot. So I actually do think that he is quite creative and he's definitely dangerous within our team because he takes players with him, draws people out of position. So the stats don't tell the whole story with Diaz.
But we're not saying
that's all I'm getting at.
Story, but it doesn't mean we can just like ignore the stats either.
No, I'm not ignoring the stats. I'm just saying I think it's very harsh that he's massively judged on statistics.
But he's not massively judged on statistics. He's judged on what he does on the pitch as well.
But then why don't people appreciate the holding up the ball, the runs he makes, the dragging defenders out of position? I never hear anybody talk about these things. I only hear people say, this guy's got no assists and he's got no goal and he don't score enough goals. That's all I ever hear people say about it.
All right, but here's the killer though. All right, so last season or this season just gone, we were trying to win a title. And what you have to do is you have to look at things and go, where can you improve? You're not disrespecting the players that have had their season. You're just saying, where can they improve? In my opinion, there's two areas where we can improve: forward and left wing. I'm not even saying these guys are trash. They are whatever. What I'm saying is, can we upgrade? Yes, we can. Luis Diaz, I said this before you maybe even saw him, Jeff, yeah? He has so much talent that he really, truly should be world class for all the talent that he has. But he's not. But it's okay, though. It's actually okay because not everyone is going to be world class. He is good, but he's not world class. Can we improve on that? Can we try and see if we can get someone that's at the same level of Diaz now, but could go world class? Diaz is going to be what, 28 next season? I think. Is it 28 next season?
He only just turned 27 in January.
But he's already 27. Like, what's so crazy? If Diaz was 24, 25, I'll be sitting there like, you know what? Now let's allow him. Let him cook. He's 28 or 27, bro.
That's not old though.
No, I never said he was old. I'm saying, can he improve? How much further can he improve? Do you have the time to get what I'm saying? Do Liverpool have the time?
Yeah, because the things he needs to improve on are a lot easier than gaining talent. As you said, once you've got the talent, little things like maybe you could make this type of decision making, or maybe you could those type of things. That's just coaching. Once you got the talent, you can just coach those things.
But
So why is it not all top players? Like, why hasn't Adama Traore been coached in all these things? Like, we speak about like decision making and finishing and creativity is like some easy thing to coach, bro. It's the hardest thing to coach. Finishing is the hardest thing in the game. The final ball is the hardest thing in the game.
Not the finishing, the decision making, as in when to pass and when to shoot. Those things can be coached.
I just think being definitive is the hardest thing to coach in the game. And when I say definitive, that, like you said, that's the final ball, that's the finish, that's the last movement that you make before the assist. Being definitive, because you could have talented players, but we've seen it all in different clubs, yeah. But for me, being definitive means like you are that guy. I don't think Diaz is good, but he's not that guy. He's good.
Yeah. I think it's normally application
talent,
that makes you like waste your talent or not be effective. But he's got the application. He definitely runs through brick walls. He's always trying. He's always running. He's never lazy. Normally, I'll look at certain players and that's what lets them down. Like their work rate, their effort, their attitude. It's never their ability. It's things like that. He doesn't have an issue with any of those things. Like he doesn't. Like he's always on it, always trying hard, always working hard. I think it's easy to coach little things into a player with all of that talent and work ethic, like when to make the right pass, when not to, when to shoot, when not to. Those things can be coached easily if the players got all the other things Diaz has.
But should you be doing that at 27?
They're not easily coached, bro, because you can't replicate match scenarios in training all the time. How many times did we see? How many times did we see Diaz running with the ball and he just needs to play a simple pass and he gets the pass wrong? Like, that's not because of training. That's because he's not that player to do that. That's no slight on him. It's just not. It just is what it is. You put Virgil van Dijk in that same position, he's probably going to make the same or worse situation. Doesn't mean he's a rubbish footballer, but there are some things that some players can't be coached in. There are some things that coaches can't coach players in. Decision making is one of the hardest things. It might be the hardest thing because you cannot replicate every single scenario in training. It's going to be so different game to game, week to week.
I think those things. I think those things. Once you have all the other aspects, that's easier to teach than someone who doesn't have the work ethic or doesn't have the ability.
Teaching work ethic is the easiest thing to teach.
No, it's not at all, bro. You either got it or you don't. Why did Balotelli never actually make it to the top?
Because he didn't want it.
Exactly, because he didn't have the work ethic. Every manager tried to get him to, but you couldn't because his mentality.
If a player doesn't want to learn, then they're not going to learn anything.
No, it's not about learning, bro. His personality was just too casual. And therefore, no matter how many managers tried to drill it into him, it just couldn't be done. He's one of the most talented footballers of his generation. But he didn't have
it's harder to get a player to run and work harder than it is for them to be a better finisher or make better decision making.
Maybe not necessarily the finishing, but decision making is way easier to coach than application.
Never.
100%.
Never.
If a player, why do you think people like Quaresma, Balotelli, these men were better talented players than everybody we can think of?
I'll be honest,
but they didn't have the application. They didn't want to use it.
It's easier to like if you.
No, I'm trying to show you how talented somebody was, but he didn't have the application to want to be the best. He didn't want to run. He didn't want to work hard. They just wanted to be able to just be silky when they want, and that's it. They didn't want to actually put in the work.
Hard. Like if you're
can try, but if the player doesn't want to do it, how do you get them to do it?
No, but I think it's way harder to like coach someone to be definitive, decisive, rather than someone that's got to put in maximum effort, like 24/7. Like I think that's easier because that's something where that's mental. That's like. You can get someone like to get involved all the time, but to be that decisive. But when I say decisive and definitive, you're taking your game to a whole new level, you know, because you're not only choosing your talent now you're putting it all together and you're being that definitive player or that decisive player, however people want to say it. You're being that guy. That's what separates, in my opinion. Again, like
we're talking about the difference between pass, pass in this scenario because shooting is the harder decision, is the harder thing to pull off. No, shoot here because it makes more sense. We're talking about little things like that. We're not talking about trying to turn somebody a total 360. We're just talking about Diaz. If you're in a scenario like this, look at the video. You see here, you had a shot there. You get in this position a lot. Instead of the shooting, if you realize that there's a man here, next time try it. Just teaching somebody little simple things like that.
Because also execution as well. It's also execution drift. It's not just decision. It's execution.
Yeah, but he's got good passing.
He hasn't. He hasn't. His passing is basic.
I disagree, but fair enough.
The stats are there. Everything. The eye test is there. We see it game to game.
It's more decision making than ability with Diaz. But if you don't think he's got good passing, then fair enough.
Let me help these supers before we move on.
I didn't even say that. Man just said you lot, you know.
Yeba says
you lot is whoever disagrees, bruv. It's not pointing fingers at someone, it's whoever disagrees.
Yeba says, please get Ederson. He's a game changer, top class DM. We'll be speaking about him later. Jay says Kaka or KDB at their prime.
Kaka for me, bro. Kaka's cold.
KDB's had a better career.
Yeah. Because the injuries for Kaka.
Yeah.
Jay
says a threat that doesn't score assists is just dribbling.
He does score an assist, just doesn't.
I think that's a bit harsh, personally. I think that's
everyone else
harsh.
wants. He just doesn't do it as much as people want. He still does it.
An opinion is an opinion. I respect yours, Drift, but both Diaz and Nunes will never carry us to a Prem or Champions League. Sorry, not good enough. Too biased. Dinesh says, evening, Diaz and Nunes cost Liverpool the league. They didn't. They didn't cost Liverpool the league.
And that's a very popular opinion, by the way, which is the reason why I'm saying I think it's very unfair the way people treat Diaz.
Right. Let's move on to Trent, boys. So, obviously, Trent is going to be going away to the Euros with England. Hopefully, he does well at the Euros, depending on how much game time he gets, etc. However, just looking at the landscape of the team, many fans are very split. Is he a wing? Is he a right back? Is he a wing back? Is he a centre midfielder now? Question I want to ask you guys: since he's been at Liverpool and Klopp's been there, he's pretty much been one of the first names on the team sheet at right back. However, I'd say over the last 2 seasons, it's, in my opinion, become quite evident he doesn't really want to play there and he doesn't really apply himself fully at right back. The reason I asked the question on Trent's future is not because do I think he'll stay or do I think he'll leave? That's a different conversation. But more so in the sense of, do you think Trent is still going to be an automatic starter? And if not, how does he react to that?
I don't know if I can answer that question until Slot comes in and we know what he's going to do, you know. It's a very difficult thing to think of. I don't know whether he'll rather Bradley played at right back because he wants to do more traditional fullbacks. I don't know if he's going to want it to be more attacking minded when it would definitely be Trent. I don't know if his system, he thinks Trent can play in midfield more. I don't know. I think this is a really difficult one until we actually see how Slot starts playing, like in pre-season. And it's very, I don't know if Matt agrees, but I think it's quite hard to judge until we know what Slot's going to do.
Yeah, you got a point. That's hard to see right now in terms of
Oh,
when they're gone.
No, you're back.
Oh, I thought it was me that froze.
No, I think I know what it is. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me sort this out. I know what it is. Give me 1 second, guys. It should be right now. Am I good? Should be right now.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, in terms of the whole Arne Slot inverted system and whether he's going to use Trent inverted or a traditional right back, it's hard to really say. But let's just say, for example, Arne Slot went and got Gertruda from his club, or his old club, Feyenoord.
Yeah.
I actually think it would help Trent because I do think Trent feels like he's almost invincible at times. However, I feel like he probably feels like that more so now he's the vice captain. And if we're being real, I don't think Arnie Slot walks into Liverpool and was like, Trent, you're not vice captain anymore. But I just don't think he does that.
Oh, nothing like that. No.
No. But it will be a touchy subject anyway. He's a scouser, all of them things there. You know what I mean? So Trent kind of like, it will take a lot to ruffle his feathers. But I think if you get a Gertruda in, might be a little bit of a problem still. I think Trent still feels like if Bradley's there, he still feels like I'm Batman, that's Robin. I don't think he really sees Bradley as a threat like that, if I'm being honest. From his quotes anyway. Don't know if you saw his quotes, but he was like, spoke on the right backs. He was like, yeah, Joey and Connor done really well. And he was like, Connor, just quickly, yeah, he was like, Connor done really well for the time that he had to play. You know, and he was like, big up, you know, because we all have to be ready. The way he was speaking about him, not like he was sunning him, but he was just like, yeah, like Conor Bradley's cold, but I'm Trent. That's how he was speaking, in my opinion.
Let me ask you a little question. And this isn't me saying this should happen. I'm just spitballing and thinking as we're talking. Have we been getting it all wrong thinking about the position? No matter what we've said, right back, midfield. What if Trent would be better suited even further up the field? What if Trent's real best position would be a 10? Or in a 4-2-3-1, the wide right player in the three behind the forward? Like somewhere closer to goal. Like, why do we keep assuming that he has to stay further back? Like, with his attributes, could he not be utilized in those roles? We could revert to, you know, the whole conundrum. What do we do if Salah's not available? What if we go traditional and we play Trent there? What if Trent plays number 10, where he's closer to goal? Like, do we have to play Trent all the way back at like a pivot or at right back? I'm just asking questions. I'm just.
I'll ask you then. I'll throw it back to you. Do you think Trent's dynamic enough to play as a right winger for Liverpool?
I think he could play right wing in like a new age version of the way David Beckham played it.
And David Beckham played right wing though, played right midfield.
Well, you know what I mean. Like it was always about creativity over scoring. It was always just about chance creation. Get the ball to him, chance creation, rather than him taking people on and all that kind of stuff. He can deliver a pass from wherever he is. Literally. It'll be
Does
about
that not make him predictable then?
Nah, because when you can pass as well as he can, you can't be predictable. All you got to do is find space. All Trent has to do is find space, and he can use his passing as a threat constantly, all the time. And you can't mark him if he's drifting into certain areas, because then you're messing up the system, which can be your advantage. So if the opposition was like, right, left back, mark Trent. Trent could drift somewhere that if the left back does want to come with him to make sure he's not by himself, there's a whole big gap in the defense that's been opened up that others can exploit. So that left back wouldn't be able to do that. So Trent will always be in space. And if the winger comes back to mark him, all of their attacking threat is gone. That's good as well, because their attacking threat is now nullified by their winger marking Trent. So there's ways around it that you could use where he would be good for the system, whether it be to stop the opposition doing what they want and upset their formation, or to find space to be creative from our point of view.
The way how I see that working is if you'd have to build the whole team around Trent, and it'd have to be like I don't see a 4-2-3-1 and Trent is like right wing. What you're saying there, for me, would be more akin to
3-4-3.
right, yeah, like a midfielder, like a wing back, like he can do that, like. But in terms of the 10 role, I don't really see it, because as great as he is at passing, and that's his main thing, is his passing attributes and his vision. You've got to be able to have very good ball retention under pressure. You've got to be able to play with your back to goal. That's not him. Because as the 10, sometimes you're going to be the lines are gonna the line will push up, and you've got to be able to maneuver the ball. You receive the ball, and you've even got to be able to spin as well. Like, we figure some of the best 10s. Like, I don't think Trent has that style in him. That's why I always think midfield, because midfield, even though you kind of don't want him to defend as much as you want him as he wants to, he can still defend. He can still defend. What it is just that his primary job isn't just to defend anymore, like when he's at right back. In midfield, that's where you could even see, even as an 8, whether he can, if he's press resistant, can he turn on a sixpence? Like, can he?
But that's what I was going to say.
And he's shown signs this season that he can do that. But as a wing, he's not dynamic for me. Like that. Like, don't get me wrong, his ball retention's gotten better. But I would say centre mid. When I think of centre mids and how his game is structured, bro, you just want to give Trent the ball, let him scan the pitch for like a second, bam, he's played a through balls there.
If I'm not mistaken, though, well, this is my understanding. This is my understanding of the game. You lot might disagree. I think you need better ball retention in midfield than you do number 10. You get way less time on the ball in midfield than you do in number 10. When you're a 10, you can pick up pockets of space. If you're intelligent, you can find space that doesn't exist, that exists within the gap between, as Rafa used to say, between the lines. You can find that space if you're intelligent. Bro, when you're a centre midfielder, you're just hounded all game. You barely get any time on the ball when you're in midfield. So if you don't think his ball retention is good enough for 10, is it good enough for 8?
Not in a double pivot, it wouldn't be, Drift.
Well, we've seen Trent move into midfield.
So that's not even 8 then, really. That's him more playing the 6 then.
Well, mate, but here's the thing.
Yeah, well, not as in, a Diaz, a destroyer next to a controller.
But we've all been screaming that we think he should be playing
Trent,
8, though.
But we've seen
he'd be box to box,
but we've seen Trent in a pivot. And remember, it's not like he just stays there. He does move about.
Yeah.
But now you're asking him to be the 10.
I'm just going off of the season we just come off of, and a lot of us were like, instead of Soboslai, play him in the right channel in the 8. But
that's because we knew Klopp wasn't going to change formation, Drift. We've been screaming for a 4-2-3-1 for years now, but we just knew Klopp would never change formation.
No, I know, but I'm saying based on what Matt was saying in terms of his ability to retain the ball and play with his back to goal and stuff like that. I'm saying, but if he'd have played in that 8 role, he'd have had to do a lot of that. He would have had to play with his back to goal.
Let me give you an example. But Trent
thought he was good enough to do it.
No, but Trent's attributes are like a quarterback. He's almost like, how can I explain it to you? He's like, he hasn't got the same ball retention, but he's like Pirlo. You just want to give him the ball and let him you just want to let him dictate play. Xabi Alonso was never a 10, and I'm so glad he never played 10. Neither was Pirlo. Them man, they are not 10s. They will receive the ball. The only difference is, and remember, Alonso wasn't even agile like that. He wasn't even agile as much as Pirlo. Pirlo was actually more agile.
Yeah, but I think Trent's got way more athleticism than both of those,
this is what I was going to say.
That's where Matt's going.
This is what I'm saying. So if Trent has more agility than Alonso, it's now about, can you scan the pitch? So when you receive the ball, how fast can you scan the pitch? Between someone's behind you, someone's in front of you, you got to be able to see moves like ahead of time, basically. But Trent can do that. But to do that in the 10, you're actually giving him, in my opinion, you're asking him to do too much. Because again, you're going to take away his long passing. In my opinion, Trent's best attribute is his long range passing. A bit like Alonso-esque, so to speak.
I just think in passing. I just think he's passing full stop for Trent. Like, I think long, short.
No, of course. But I'm saying,
range, whatever it is, like,
if there was ever a rating, I would say he's long. But the way this guy can ping the ball 70 yards onto your foot is actually kind of scary, because he doesn't even need that much time.
The reason why I asked the question is because
that's what I'm saying. Let him do this
because Trent has freedom. Yeah, we see Trent push up a lot, and he pops up on the edge of the box all the time. All the time.
I wouldn't say all the time, Drew.
You don't on that right side. You don't think he pops up all the time? Like, once he's inverted and he starts roaming free, he pops up all over the place, and he's on the edge of the box all the time.
Not the edge of the. I wouldn't say the edge. When you say edge of the box, you talk about like bang on the edge of the box, or like
no. I mean, within that 25-yard range. Like, he's always in and around there, always, and that's kind of where a number 10 truly operates, in that 25-yard area.
I don't know. It depends where the team. Like, if we've got the ball, I think the number 10 is slightly close to goal. You know.
You think, because the number 10 normally drops in, people overlap, they look for the space. Like,
when you look at Odegaard and De Bruyne, bro. When City have got the ball, say for example the ball's out on the wing, for example, Odegaard is usually in between the penalty spot and the edge of the box, and KDB is usually operating in and around that area, but maybe what to one of the sides potentially, but not outside
But they play 8 though, really, Cal. They're not 10s. They play 8.
No, they're not 10s, but they're hybrid 8s. They're more the attacking 8 than the
yeah, I agree with that. They're the attacking 8. But I think if you're playing the number 10 like a Coutinho, they do like to do that drop in, let somebody overtake, make the overlapping run, look up, have some space, use the vision, slide the ball through to people. They do more of that role as a 10 rather than like the way Odegaard and De Bruyne
had a free role though. He just had a free role on the clock.
He did, yeah, he did.
No, to a degree, I agree with you. But even if you look at the old-fashioned way of being a number 10, like a Dennis Bergkamp or Roberto Baggio, them man, they used to love to drop deep, turn, get on the ball, let people overlap them, make the passes. They weren't as close to goal, do you get what I'm saying, as the number 9 or the overlapping runners. Loads of times you'd even see people like Vieira actually overlapping Bergkamp because he's dropped in. Vieira will make runs, and sometimes Bergkamp's just making passes through to Vieira, who's made that overlapping run, and then do you get what I'm saying? Like a natural number 10 almost plays with freedom. Zola, them man there, they can be as close to goal 1 second, then they can be on the halfway line in the other second. You get that freedom if you're playing the number 10. You're not fixated on, right, you've got to be here in this area.
I think
Trent kind of has
I hate
a
to
little
say
bit
it. I hate
of
to
that
say
when
it,
he
Adrian.
throws.
Trent can't speak to any of the 10s we've just mentioned. He can't speak to them because
Yeah,
their
he can't,
technique and their footwork is completely on another level.
different. That's what I'm saying. He ain't got the footwork like that.
He ain't got the footwork like that. To be a
Flair
10,
wise, I agree with you, but the vision he has.
Yeah, that's why I'm
further afield.
further back, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. You can see more.
He's
When
a sniper as opposed to a close range shooter.
Yeah.
Look, like I said, I'm not even saying that he should do it. I'm just trying to find ways around. Maybe there's another way for him to get in his team, because at the moment it does seem like he's a conundrum rather than.
Well, this is my point I'm making. We keep on, and again, before anyone comes at me, I want Trent to be a starting midfielder before anyone goes crazy. Yeah, but you said the right word. It's a conundrum. Does he have to start? Forget just about the talent, because we're thinking about the individual when we say the talent and the player. For the greater good of the team, does he have to? Not should we, not do we want him to. Does he have to start? Because if the team's well balanced without him, does he have to start?
But you find a way to play your best players, though. It's like saying
that's crazy to think of Trent being a bench player.
That's like saying
I'm just asking.
That's like
no,
saying,
I know, but that is crazy. We said
I just say R9 and Romario didn't always play together, right?
Yeah, but that was because one was kind of on the way out while the other one was making his name.
But even still, Romario still would have walked into pretty much every other international team.
I understand that, but but
he was 30 plus though, Cal. When he was 30 plus. I think he was 31 and Ronaldo was 19. Like, they're at the different ends of their careers. You know,
I also think as well, as great as Bradley is, and people might say Bradley brings better balance, but bro, acting like well, it's like we're forgetting who Trent is. Well, I'm not. It's like people are forgetting who Trent is. You know.
We're not.
No. I'm not gonna got you, but I'm saying
this is a good point as well. If we even remotely make him think he's just a squad player, he will actually want to go, I reckon.
We can't be having conversations, surely, where you look at the vice captain leaving, because I'm just looking at it from this perspective. He's one of the best players of his generation. He's a generational talent, but yet I don't think there's a conundrum. Do you know what I think is actually so simple, in my opinion? People won't like what I'm going to say, but it needs to be done this is for the greatness of great. This is for the greatness of good or for the world. Yeah. Endo has to take a back seat, whether he gets sold or rotation. Go and get a DM. Go and get a DM, a proper one that can play alongside Trent. That's a bit more robust. This ain't Endo that's 24 years old. It's Endo that's 30 years old. The mileage is high, and he's been playing for Stuttgart for a long time before he went to Liverpool. So the mileage is a Mazzolini.
But that should happen regardless of who's playing next to whoever.
So go and get
needs to come in.
Right. So go on. What's your next?
I ask you.
Yeah.
And I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Is he a better centre midfielder than McAllister?
No,
he's not.
So should he start ahead of McAllister then?
Not necessarily, no. But I don't know the system.
where
But I'm going off. I don't know the system yet. I'm just gonna give an example. For all this is say
let's
we
go on the
invert.
premises four. Let's go on the premises 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Yeah. And I've got a funny thing.
Do us a favor. Let's make this easier. Pull up the tactics board. Pull up the
They wanna
tactics
do
board.
that?
Let's do this because it's going to be easier. We can see it.
Because I genuinely, I'm asking these questions not because I don't want to see Trent start, but it's a genuine question to ask because I think we look at Trent and go, he's so sick, he has to start. But sometimes, even if you're sick, if you don't work in the system as well as
I
someone
understand
else,
that.
it's not going to work, innit?
But what I'm saying is, normally when you've got your best player or one of your best players, you don't think, where can we fit them in? He's not a conundrum, bro. We're the conundrum if we can't solve the puzzle. How about that? Reversal, NWO revenge. No. Hear what I'm going to say to you. This ain't at you, Cal.
No, I know it's not.
Yeah, Arne Slot would fail at Liverpool if he can't make Trent Alexander-Arnold a more ever-present. That I can't lie, bro. We can't sit here and be like, oh, because Trent's a conundrum. Like that's crazy. You got one of the best players, but use the talent, fam.
Can I ask you a question?
Use it correctly.
If Arne Slot doesn't play him and we win stuff, is that a failure though?
Was that sorry?
If he doesn't use Trent and we win stuff, is it a failure? Because ultimately, it's not his job to make sure Trent's the happiest player in the world. Or it's his job to win trophies for Liverpool.
No, what I'm saying is you incorporate the best talents you have at your disposal. So when he sees the club, when he sees the players that's there, if he starts to think, I don't know what I'm going to do with this Trent guy, oh my days, he's so talented, but I don't know where to play him. That I can't lie to you. That he listen, I want Slot to succeed, but we can't have them type of conversations, bro. Do you want to know something? The only reason why, in my opinion, Klopp got it wrong, not because we necessarily inverted Trent, is because of, like we've been talking about, defensive structure and other patterns of playing, something like that. Not because he's just inverting Trent. Because when we inverted Trent, we actually got some of the best results we had in the season, funny enough. But people seem to forget that. It's just that defensively, we were a shambles. All Arne Slot has to do is figure that out. That's not hard to figure out.
Bring up the team, man. Let's do
Arsenal do it. Man City do it when John Stones steps into midfield.
Let's do this.
I don't see Man City go, oh my days, what are we going to do John Stones? Like, he's a centre-back, but he's a CDM. What do we do? Do you get what I'm trying to say, bro? This ain't at you, by the way. I'm just saying.
But the invert's very different with John Stones and Trent.
That's why Slot has to figure it out, bro.
No, but Slot figuring it out could be doing what Arteta did towards the end of the season and saying, well, I'm not going to do the invert anymore. I'm going to play Kirill left back and or Tomiyasu, and I'm not playing Zinchenko.
Man, just what Arteta got a bit lazy because he just plays 4 centre backs. Really and truly, if we're being honest.
Pep was doing that pretty much all season.
No, I was just going to say he didn't get lazy, mate. He actually just copies everything Pep does.
But Pep still used John Stones to step into DM.
Not all the time because Stones wasn't there for half the season.
No, but when he was there, but if Stones was available, but only because of injury, Stones steps into the DM spot alongside Rodri. They control the game. Everything done.
The only reason he couldn't do that is because he didn't want to upset the back four partnership that was playing well. I reckon Arteta's been thinking about letting his centre back step into midfield. I swear to you, he just copies everything that Guardiola
Ben White will do it next season, probably.
But yeah, let's bring up the thing, and then all three of us have a go at making the midfield the way we think it should be. So when Matt pulls it up, we'll all have a go at putting the midfield. When Matt pulls it up. Jesus Christ, we're pausing everything.
Well, we have to, bro. We have to, bro.
Fuck you, no.
This is the internet. Yeah, have you not seen what the internet's done recently to certain people? It's a
I'm too grown for this shit, bro.
Right, hold on. Let me see.
As I said to the people while we're waiting for Matt to bring this up as well, everybody said that Man City would have Guardiola for ages, and I've done told everyone that brother looks like he's tapping out soon. But anyway, right, who wants to go first? Should I go first?
Yeah, floor's yours. Whoever wants to go first.
All right, I'm doing a 4-2-3-1 if I'm trying to solve this conundrum. So if you could do the 4-2-3-1 for me.
So who's playing? All right, so let's just say, for example, we'll just do this for now. We'll forget the players' names. We'll just. This is more about the formation.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So for me personally, I would swap McAllister with Elliott.
Cool. Yeah.
I would swap Elliott with Endo.
Right.
I would swap Elliot with Trent.
Right.
Endo goes on
Bradley?
the bench. Endo goes on the bench,
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
world-class DM plays next to him.
So leave
Okay.
Endo in there for now then.
Yeah, so just leave Endo in there for now. Then I'm going Bradley at right back,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else there is pretty much the same, other than Jota or Nunes for Gakpo if they're doing the striker thing, and possibly Robbo, because I would maybe want to bring in a new left back. But that would be pretty much how I would run things. So if you want to change Endo's name just for the sake of argument to
I was gonna put new DM, fam.
Yeah. Just put new
No
DM,
longer
because then
just do
everybody
new
can
DM,
just use
innit?
it. Yeah, for real. So for me personally, if we're trying to solve the conundrum of Trent, I think that is what I would do. Or I'd literally just go, he's just a flying fullback and he just plays right back. But if I'm trying to find a way to get Trent into midfield, that would be how I would solve the conundrum. I play 4-2-3-1. McAllister would be the one who played the 10. And I know that means I'm making Elliot sit down. I'm making Szoboszlai sit down. I'm making a lot of players in our team who are good sit down. But McAllister has to play. McAllister has to play. He's our best midfielder. And I think you give him and Trent freedom if you was to go and get I don't know, guys. Give me a name of who you think would be an absolutely outstanding DM.
For me, if you're playing that, which is the exact same what I do, is Ugarte. You need someone who's a smash mouth DM.
Someone
do you think Ugarte's actually good enough, Cal?
Shall be real with you.
I get what you mean.
Sorry, and the reason I say that, Xabi Alonso, Pirlo, who do those two play next to each other?
Yeah. Gattuso,
Mascherano and Gattuso. Never the greatest ball players, but what do? They smashed the opponents, won the ball back, and passed it off nice and simple.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried after the season Ugarte's had. Is he quite right? That's all.
No, I hear that.
It's mad, you know, because you see
me and Cal have literally played this. So we're playing this exact same formation with it.
But I'll be real with you, Drift.
It's
a real if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, my bias is what's making Trent start there, because really and truly it should be McAllister. Playing there, and it should be Elliot playing in the 10. If I'm going to be honest with you, my bias is playing Trent.
All right, so this is where I think rotation.
I don't know, Cal. Say that before you do your one.
McAllister plays his best football is in a pivot. He plays his best football in a pivot.
No, but Cal, look how silky he is when he is in that half space.
No, I hear you, but his
creativity is so good when he's in that area, bro.
I hear you, but Elliot's
so
a 10.
Good, bro.
Elliot's a 10.
Elliot's been cold this season, you know.
No, Elliot is the guy. Don't get me wrong, but would you not agree though that McAllister has more of that Midas touch, that ability to go into bullet time? Shout out Max Payne. Matt will know who I'm talking about.
Of course he does. At the moment,
I still don't know if Elliot quite has the ability to do what McAllister did against Nottingham Forest, where he lets everybody else panic while he slows the game down and picks the right move. And it was a move probably everybody else would have been like, what's he doing? Nunes scores a goal and we see why he did it. If you have McAllister in and around there without any defensive responsibility, Cal, aren't you creating an even bigger beast in terms of him being able to provide for others and do the... Do you get what I'm saying?
I hear you, bro. I can't deny it.
And I know it's a shame Szoboszlai and Elliot sit down. You're right. It's mad that they sit down.
I love Szoboszlai, but Szoboszlai is not in the conversation at the moment. With all due respect, he's not in the conversation at the moment.
But if we're going to get the best out of him, Cal, we've got to find a way for him to get in here, though, right? Otherwise, he's 65 million. But this is my point. Bro.
Why do we feel like every good player has to stop? But we've got 20 great players, or 20 very good players to great players. Players are going to have to sit on the bench, bro. Bro, we've got Kwanzaa there. Who's sitting on the bench for Kwanzaa right now? Ibu. Are we going to sit and say Ibu's not a bad boy?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Ibu probably starts of his first game of the season, though.
Why, though? Why? Based on how it ended the season, Kwanzaa starts, bro.
But based on overall talent, Ibu is the better defender, though.
Yeah, but it's not all. But that's what I'm saying. It's not. You can't just pick a team based on talent. It's got to be talent as well as performances and form. As of right now,
I agree with that.
Kwanzaa's the one in form.
I agree with that. Is this your team, Matt? This is what you would do, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about some. So the DM that I want us to get is Matt's Wi-Fi from Feyenoord. Ever knows about Matt's Wi-Fi probably by now. Slots DM at Feyenoord. Bro, I think he's the type of player that we need in that midfield. I know a lot. We'll get onto the other person as well, who we got to speak about later in the show. So I don't want to say too much, but I'm just saying you get that style of player here, Mac there, and I know I've got Trent at right back. Yeah, people are gonna call me a madman. And say, let's say for argument's sake, the 10 is Elliot. How I'm looking at it is this year. In fact, this wouldn't work because I need to get rid of Robert.
No, put the players you would play, Matt.
That's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm doing now. This is what I'm doing now. So here's what I'm saying. Whoever the striker is, cool. Elliot in between the lines, whoever the DM is. You got your two DMs, yeah? Trent can also get involved because even though McAllister's not a 10, McAllister can push up. Trent can go there. The only way this inverted system works, in my opinion, is what I would do is because of literally you have to have 3 natural centre backs. So let's just say that's not even Gomez. Let's just say that's Pacho from Frankfurt, who I think we should go and get. Let's say that's Pacho.
Sorry to cut him, Matt, but you're basing this on what you would do. So you would keep inverting then. Because remember, this is you saying what you would actually do.
Bro, what I'm saying right now.
The invert, Matt.
Yeah, I thought you hated the invert.
Hear what I'm saying.
You lied about your tactics. You lied about it. You lied about it.
Hear what I'm saying.
You lied about your feelings.
You lied about
what I'm saying. This man don't let me land. Hear what I'm saying. I would try the invert thing, but this is all dependent on this has to be a left-sided centre back. That has to be Pacho, yeah. That has to be or Inacio or someone has to be left-sided, right? The invert system can work, in my opinion. The way the invert system didn't work for us is because defensively we were a shambles on our transitions and our structure was all wrong. That's all I'm saying, people. It's as simple as that. I would rather Trent play midfield. I'll be honest with you, but I'm also thinking. But I'm also thinking I want if I can, I want to try and get all my best players on the pitch. It might not happen every game. And remember, we don't have to invert every game. On another game, it can be this, people. This is why I think people are having... I want
to just cut you there. When we speak about tactics here, we're saying our main tactic. We're not saying this is a one size fits all. Because I do think there are games when you can do the invert.
Thank you, bro.
But we're saying, I'm asking, is this your main tactic throughout the season?
No, if it was honestly, if it's my main one, this is why I feel like I'm speaking like we're about to play tomorrow or something. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Maybe I've changed my mind. Call me two-faced, whatever. Yeah. What's this?
We don't want to hear you say it, but no more.
And if you even the comments are the best, you're not the best. I get we don't want to invert, but I do think there are games. Here's the thing, Carl. I'm one of them people where it's like, if you play Man City and you start off traditional, this is what I think Slot will do as well. He assesses game by game. So I'm more of a, on some days we're going to invert, bro. We have to invert because we want more possession. We want to dominate the game.
You're kind of cheating right now, man.
Am I?
Me and Drift did our main formations, not what we would do for game for game. We're saying, forget everything. Forget about the context of who we're playing. What's the main formation and the main?
Then it will be 4. All right, so then it'll be 4-2-3-1. I will go like this. This is what I'll do. Whoever the left back is, where is it? So Matt's Wi-Fi. Oh, Cal, I don't know, bro. Here we go. Let me see if I can cook up something quick. Hold on.
We don't want to hear you saying but no more.
Where's Bradley? Let's just be 4-3-3.
A lot about the tactics.
So that it probably would be this 4-3-3. However, we gotta understand we can transition, bro. We can do this as well. This do you know what it is for me, bro? I'll be honest. We're so fixated on formation. I feel like you can be fluid.
No,
Man City are fluid. No, because people just wanted to say it's either 4-3-3 or 4-2-3.
But you've effectively done what me and Drift have done then. So are we all in agreement then that McAllister is now our 10 then?
if Trent is going to play midfield 100%, he would have
All
to
right.
be.
Keep that right there then. Keep this right here.
He'd have to
Don't
be.
shut anything
However,
down.
but the other what I'm looking at is Matt's Wi-Fi can also do the 6 role and he can cover a lot of ground. And Trent and McAllister can be roaming 8s. They don't have we don't have to have the 10, bro.
No, I hear you. So, all right, in terms of a squad now. So let's say we bring in a new DM. I want Ugarte, you want Matt's Wi-Fi. Who's the backups for Matt's Wi-Fi? We got Endo and Bashetic or Endo and Morton for the backup, right?
Yeah. I would say you go on, but I think Wi-Fi's a must, you know. I'll be honest with you.
You know my phrase, bro. He doesn't move,
bro.
Me.
I'm telling you right now, bro. He's the DM that we've been waiting for. He's that guy, bro.
I don't see that personally, but I might be wrong. I think he's a very good player. I just don't think he's that guy for Liverpool. Oh,
man said upgrade now to all drivers with a rotted. My computer need the update.
Michael Ed was just shouting out.
Michael Ed was like, none of that, mate. You're spoiling it, mate. You're spoiling it, mate. No, bro, listen. People can talk about formations, and I get it. It's more about getting your best players in a formation that you think that's going to suit you, and not only that, being fluid. I do think in a game you can start with a 4-3-3 and have a 4-2-3-1 at the same time. I'm one of them. I'm not one of them people there where it's just like, I don't know, like we just have this 4-2-3-1 and we just stick to this 4-2-3-1. Like we can be fluid. Man City are fluid. And what's not only that, Arnie Slot goes between the 4-3-3 and the 4-2-3-1 as well. And I'm telling you, look, from now, Wi-Fi is the truth. He's the guy, bro.
No, I think he's good, man.
Bro, he's cold. He is cold.
Is it not pronounced Wi-Fi?
Might be. Yeah.
I think it's Wi-Fi, isn't it?
No, it's Wi-Fi from what people are saying.
I'm sure it's
Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi, fam. I mean, there's a way how you say it in Dutch. Like, what's it? Mats Wi-Fi. That's how you say it. Mats Wi-Fi.
Where's the Dutch accent?
I don't sound like verse or something. Mats Wi-Fi. That's how you say it, no?
I think it's Wi-Fi, people are saying.
It's not Wi-Fi, bro.
I'm just saying what the people are saying, bro.
And donut, you actually are a donut as well. But yeah, I think that's how you say it anyway. But yeah. Wi-Fi.
So we've all pretty much gone on the same premise then. So Endo, the new DM, and either Bashetic or Morton are the 6s.
Yeah.
The box-to-box one, which we'll use for Trent in his purpose, is going to be Trent, Jones, and who's the third person? Is that going to be Gravenberch?
Yeah, Gravenberch, of course.
All right. And then the 3 10s are McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Elliott.
Yeah. Yeah, on that premise, then it will be, yeah.
Shall I be honest with you guys? As long as we sign a top DM, I'm extremely happy.
But I think for any formation to work, whether it's 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, we can't have Endo as no disrespect, but if Endo's a starting DM for Liverpool next season, we ain't cooking, in my opinion. I don't think we're cooking nothing. Straight noodles, blood.
Well, we turned our back on him already.
No.
Was
you there for the beginning? Because I wasn't, personally. I was just saying he could improve.
No, he does have to become a squad player. Yeah, that is true.
You can't win a season with
do you know Endo, the only thing I worry about with Endo? I don't know if you lot agree with me or not. There is a little part of me that thinks you might as well shot him if you're not going to play him every week. Because I don't think he's the type of player that can... He seemed like a rhythm player to me from this season. I don't know if he's the type of guy who just plays... No, but can you really though, Cal?
Elliot got his rhythm doing that.
No, but I don't think Elliot is a rhythm player. I think he is someone who can not play for a couple of weeks and then play well. Endo seemed like a real rhythm player that needs like 90 minutes week in, week out to get to the...
Could that be because of their age?
I'm not sure, but I'm just saying, what's the point in having a guy on the bench that can't play 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there without it showing? Do you get what I mean? Like, that's why there's a real skill to being a substitute.
Oh, 100.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying get rid of Endo. I'm just saying if Endo isn't the type of guy who's going to play regularly, it might be better to just move him on, period. And have Bajcetic as the DM who has proven he's a player who can come in and out of the team and still perform. I mean, hopefully he gets over the injuries, but
that's why I'd say I'd keep him for a season just to allow Bajcetic. Unless we loan out Bajcetic and it's Morton, but even still.
I agree with Drifting. Endo can't be off the bench. No, I think he can do it, but I don't think he'd be at the level.
Do you not remember a game where he came off the bench and actually secured the thing? Because he always seemed to come off the bench and be a bit like cold in a warm game.
Fulham, when we beat them 4-3 at home, I think it was. He came off the bench. He was excellent.
I thought he started that game.
Nah, against Bournemouth early in the season, he came off the bench when we went down to 10 men, and he was very good in that game. He's had quite a few off the bench performances where he's done really well.
Can I be honest with you guys? Yeah, I know we want to support every single person that wears a shirt, and that's what we're here to do, regardless, innit? Like, regardless of who the player is, where they come from, we're gonna support them no matter what. But I do think sometimes I can't say you guys, but I think some people just don't want to rip off the band-aid because it's like people think you're being disrespectful, but you're not. Endo is a good player, right? He's actually a good player. The problem is, I don't think Endo is good enough to be a DM for Liverpool. Because in my opinion, I don't think Endo starts for any of the big six as the DM, in my opinion. That's just how I see it. And if we're trying to fight for a title...
That depends. I think Arteta might play Endo and let Rice be a bit further forward if he was at Arsenal.
No, if he had Endo, he's not... No, but he wouldn't... Don't be disrespectful. I don't think he would go and get Endo.
No, I hear that. But
that's
if he had a choice between Jorginho and Endo, he seems to like a destroyer, which is why he swapped Partey for Jorginho in the end, once Partey was fit, because he's more of a destroyer than Jorginho. So I'm saying he wouldn't start over Partey, of course. But if they had that whole thing where Partey's always getting injured,
but Jorginho's
and he had Endo in the
squad, he might control the game better, in my opinion.
He might play Endo to release Rice, because it seems like he wants to let Rice go further forward.
Endo can't, in my opinion, Jorginho's a way better passer than Endo. I think what it is, Endo's robust and can pass, but
Jorginho reads the game really well as well.
I just feel like bro, you know what it is?
He's not a better destroyer though, is he?
And he
reads the game better, so he might not even have to destroy half the times. He's just gonna read where the ball's gonna go.
Remember we had Fabinho, you know, man. We had Fabinho.
You say you don't think Jorginho's better than Endo?
No, I said I don't know if he reads the game better.
He definitely
does. Jorginho used to, especially when he was at Chelsea, that was the whole problem everyone had with him, was that he never, like, he was always one step behind the game and he got bypassed easily all the time. Like, if you're in control of the game, remember, that's why everyone always said Jorginho suits a Man City team who've always got the ball because he's a possession-based player. He's not really one of those off-the-ball, you know, I'm not saying he's rubbish by any means, but, like, that was the whole reason nobody at Chelsea wanted him anymore.
Is this true? We gave Endo a 4-year deal.
We must have given 3 or 4.
Yeah, we did.
I personally wouldn't. I personally don't think that Jorginho reached the game better than Endo. Me personally, but
I'll be honest with you. I'd like to keep Endo at the club. I know quite a few people are saying we've got too many midfielders if Trent moves into midfield. We have just lost Thiago though. Like we literally we're just swapping Trent and Thiago.
Bro, you what to say? We gave Endo a 4-year deal, you know.
I know.
But you asked him to move to another country.
With his six family.
With his 6 picnic. And shout out to Endo. He brought 3 of them to the game. Did you lot see in the final day of the season? 3 of his kids came out with him. Like, you got to give him at least.
You know how? Sorry, just a cut. Do you know how mad it is that he brought 3 kids and had to leave 3 in the yard, bro?
I'm guessing the other ones are young though, man.
That's my point, dude. That's my point, bro. He had to leave 3 at the yard, bro.
Good job all of them aren't old enough, or he would have actually been bringing them all. Because how can you favoritize?
Bro, you see when I go out with all 3 of the kids by myself, people look at me like, is everything okay? Like, people look at me like, blink twice if you're okay. Like, so I can only imagine what it's like when he takes all 7 of his.
That's a mad thing, but I'm not gonna let Bob. No, but we gave him a 4-year deal. Listen, bigger Endo, man. Oh, listen, man. Yeah, bigger Endo, man. 4-year deal. He ain't got nowhere.
You have to protect the investment, man.
No, bro, he ain't. I don't think you understand. I don't know what his wages. I don't know what wages are. He ain't got nowhere, you know. He's gonna do an Origi. Some of them bid 20 mil. Nah. I ain't downgrading, fam. I'm blessed. I'm good. I'm nice. He's staying, fam.
Nah, but he deserves to stay. He had a good season.
No, the thing is, Endo did have a good season, but to give a 30 or a 4-year deal, even if the wages are low.
That's kind of standard, Matt, if you think about it.
No, because there's no resale value, bro. What are we doing?
Yeah, but why is there got to be? You sound like FSG now, bro. Why
No, bro, but it don't make sense. No, but we're not trying to cripple the. Imagine, yeah. Every 30
I bet he's only on about 50 grand a week. Let me see how much.
Did we give Virgil a 4-year deal?
We gave him a 5-year deal.
5-year deal.
At 30.
Oh, 30. I'm not sure.
At 30. No, but he didn't sign his contract at 30.
But this is what I'm trying to. No, but that's Virgil. He's captain. That's key status, bro. This is Schmatker's brethren. Man just said.
Why were you tapping Endo?
Schmacker just went, "Hey, man, them. Who's on it? Yeah,
when
cool.
you tap Endo, the first thing that comes up is Endo's wife.
4-year deal. You got Liverpool. Bring the youth there,
about
patting it
50K a
up.
week, it says.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If Schmacker's a bad man for that, he blessed Endo. Pause. He blessed him. Because what I'm saying is,
Endo barely makes any money, Matt. He's only on 2.6 million a year. What would that be? That'd be like 50 grand a week. How much would that even work out?
Why are we giving out 4-year deals for? I'm just a bit confused, bro.
Oh, look, literally, I'm bang on 50 grand. Bro, Endo's only on 50, bro. He ain't crippling the club.
But no, but ain't he? Someone said he's 31. Is he 31 or 30?
He turned 31 now.
30. Yeah. He's 31 now.
Endo is a bad man, you know. I know he's still
come on,
50
grand.
Now.
But let me add some context. He earns less than Adrian, Matt. It really ain't that big of a deal, bro.
But he's close to Diaz, people are saying, because Diaz is only getting 55.
No, Diaz is on 70, isn't he?
I think he's on 70.
No, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, that's an amazing deal for Endo. But I think for Liverpool, to make that deal, it should have been I thought it would have been a 2-year deal.
No, do you know what? The people are right. Diaz is only on 56 grand a week. We take the piss. That's why he wants to go Barca. 56 grand a week.
Well, that's on his agent and that to negotiate a better deal, bro. Come on, man.
No, but that's why apparently Senior Diaz is talking.
That's why he ain't passing you, man. He's not getting paid enough to pass.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Diaz, but apparently there was things coming out that Diaz wants the new contract. That's why a lot of this stuff is seeping out.
I don't blame him. I'm sorry, I don't blame him. That is actually really.
But no one. But all jokes aside, though, no one did say he signed on the dotted line for 6. I think what was the contract? I think it was like 5 years or something. A minute.
Yeah, he probably got a massive pay increase for what is in a Porto as well.
Well, here it's saying that when he was at Porto, he was on 12.5 grand a week.
There it is.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, Diaz. Yeah, he needed Schmacker them time there. Schmacker, yeah, because that's crazy.
You know what? This is the reason why people crave the Premier League. You know, not just because the quality is good, because the wages is mad. The difference in the wages is mad.
Endo, you know, you say 50 grand for Endo is calm for Liverpool. It is at Stuttgart, bro. I don't even want to. Bro, I reckon it's 5.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
These man must be on the aeroplane flying into Liverpool with the money gun. Just if you think about it, 12 grand a week to people like us is absolutely balling. But if you're a footballer and you're on 12 grand a week and then you jump up to 50 grand a week, your life has changed dramatically.
Yeah, massively.
No,
like,
facts.
Dramatically changed. You've just quadrupled your wage. That's crazy.
Big up 12 man. I get what he means. Big up 12 man because he said something about but the plan was never to resell him. I agree with you, but that's why like a deal like that, I was a bit baffled on. So basically, what Liverpool's saying is this is end game. This is the end game deal. You're 31 years old. This is the guy that's gonna take us forward. So therefore, no resale. You live and die with the results with what you're gonna get from Endo then. Am I right or am I wrong?
I don't have a problem with Endo's resale value, Matt, because I think the signing could be worth its weight in gold. Because I do think he could be a player that can allow players like Morton or Bichette to improve without as much pressure, and also allow the new DM to get some rest when they need it as well.
Do you guys want a little bit of context to this situation, which is really weird? So we signed Diaz on 56 grand a week. 1 year later, we signed Gakpo on 120 grand a week. What happened in negotiations with Diaz that allowed Gakpo to come in and earn more than twice the amount Diaz was earning?
Virgil probably called me and said, Cody, bruv, don't accept the first offer.
Yeah.
They're
Virgil
bluffing.
He patterned him 100, bro.
They're bluffing, bro.
There's no way.
Don't
Yeah,
accept the first offer.
Like
That
you said,
is
yeah,
crazy.
how can you be on 55 grand a week, bro?
One player was loved by Linders and the other one was just liked by Linders, bro.
That's crazy.
Remember, the missing
you know?
piece of the puzzle.
And you know what's even more impressive that we got him, because remember Spurs were trying to get him as well, and apparently Barcelona at the time. That's crazy, you know.
But Spurs were trying to get Diaz at the same time as well.
Now I understand why Senior Diaz is kicking up a fuss, you know. He must have saw that and thought, nah, they disrespected me, my son.
He must have said, yeah, son, instead of me staying with you, just put me up in a hotel. And Diaz must be like, yo, Pops, they don't pay me like that, you know? Yo, they don't pay me like that, Pops.
So, you know, Diaz is always in the crowd as well. Like, man's not even like in one of the like, nah, I'm joking, but
Apparently Grab's on like 120 as well.
Senior Diaz ain't even Drift. And then when we went to Alpha was in the box. Oh, Senior Diaz is outside, you know. Man's just there.
What are you saying? He doesn't even get a halftime drink.
You know, wrong, man.
He's just there, fam.
He's just blending in like he's any you.
When man let down on the ground, man just see bare programs on the floor and everything there. It's crazy. Programs are just on the floor, dirty. Me and Drift is sitting back.
The context is what was Grab?
Whoa. Ryan Gravenberch is on 150 grand a week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, listen, I told you. Virgil.
When we were speaking about this last season, you weren't listening, bro. You weren't listening.
I told you.
Hold on. Genie Wijnaldum only earned 70 grand for his whole Liverpool career.
I said this to you last summer. You weren't listening, bro. Klopp should not be running transfers. This is what happens when Klopp runs
He doesn't negotiate contracts.
This is Linders.
Yeah, he doesn't negotiate contracts.
This is definitely a Linders thing.
Who's negotiating the contract then?
It will be whoever the director is. Klopp might
no,
say
but we didn't have. No, Carl's kind of got a point. No, Drift, 10 times there. We didn't have.
Who was the director?
Schmacker.
And what did Schmacker say? I'm Klopp's assistant.
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna.
No, but Schmacker would still be the one doing the contracts. Klopp wouldn't have been the one giving out the wages.
He said he's Klopp's assistant, G. Schmacker done a mad thing, bro.
Klopp probably just said to him, just get it done.
I can't believe that, Grav. You know, fair play to Grav. Actually, do you know what? That must have a lot to do with the fact that he's
I'm not saying Klopp's doing the contract, but
let me see what Gravenberch.
I think Michael Edwards came back at the right. Oh, the contracts must be I didn't even look at the contracts. Must be a mess. What's Thingy on then? Hold on. What? No, McAllister was done by Julian Ward, didn't it? So that one must have been sensible. What's McAllister on, Drift?
Anyhow, McAllister.
See. This is what I'm saying. At Bayern Munich, he was on 200 grand a week.
Who?
But
you moved on a free.
But after tax and all that, it worked out to be like around 100 grand a week. He's saying that's why he's on a lot, because we would have had to pay him something similar to what he was on at Bayern Munich.
Okay.
That makes sense.
What's McAllister on? That's going to be the interesting one for me, because that was done by Julian Ward, bro.
World Cup winning McAllister, by the way.
Yeah.
McAllister is on.
Big up Gaza. He's just all the while, yeah. Adrian's is still up until now still sitting there on the 50 grand.
McAllister's on 150 grand a week. I think he's worth that. I think McAllister.
He is, but we're laughing at the fact that other men are close to him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get you.
Because imagine
while we're down this rabbit hole, let's check them all. How much is Nunes on?
I think Nunes is on 120 or 130, you know, Drift.
Nope,
I think off the top
Nunes
of my-
is on 140.
Raw.
Let's see how much. Who? Elliot. Let's see how much Elliot.
No, what's Sobo on? What's Sobo on? Imagine if Sobo's on 250k a week or something. That's it, you know, Smack
I reckon
went
probably
crazy.
on about 110, 150.
I'm gonna say Sobo's on 140 off top.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna say 140.
young Harvey only makes 40 grand a week.
That's Libby.
Yeah, contract extension pending.
No, but you know what?
about
He is
Sobo?
young and he signed that contract ages ago. All right,
He
Soboslai.
signed, bro. He probably signed that when he was at Fulham, blood. The same
Soboslai-
contract. 140.
Soboslai is only on 125. So he earns less than Gravenberch
And Nunes.
Damn.
and Nunes, yeah. I mean, after this season, that's fair. But all right, give me
To
someone
be
else.
fair-
Who else? While we're down the rabbit hole, let's just check everyone. Who
That
who
was
else do
Smack.
you wanna know
That
about?
was Smack. That was Smacker's last deal, innit? I think, and then he was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Endo was his last deal. Endo was his
Oh,
last
oh,
deal.
yeah.
Let's see some of our fringe players like Simicast. How much is Simicast on?
I
I'm
can
gonna
see him
say.
Oh shit, Simicast is on
75.
80 grand a week.
I was
That's
close,
a lot
bro.
for a man who holds bench every
All right.
single week.
All
you
right,
know?
all right. Give me another name, and I reckon I can get it spot on. Go on.
Robbo.
Robbo is on
160. 180,
Nah,
I'm going to say, Rob.
Robbo's on one. What was Robbo? Because he got an extension and everything.
Robbo got to be on 180, man. Guy's been there
Nah,
since
he's not.
20-
He's not. He's not. He's
2017.
not. Robbo's on 150.
This man is a fucking legend, even more after I've seen this. Guys, he was on 40 grand in his first year, 50 grand for the next 5 years, and only last season he got bumped up to 100 grand.
Who's that?
What?
Robertson. He must have had a clause in his contract that was like it will go up yearly or whatever. But right up until only the beginning of last season, he was only on 50 grand a week. That's what
Robbo's.
he's on 100 grand a week. It's saying now, as of now, like from this season.
That's criminal.
That's crazy, bro.
That's criminal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
We're
Mark
talking
Andrews-
about a guy who's been one of the mainstays in our team and the best left back in the world, and he was only on 50 grand a
man
week.
like Gravenberch,
Robbo's been
Nunes
the-
have just
I'm just gonna
entered
say,
the club.
since he's been at the club, he's been the best fullback at the club.
Yeah.
And he's only been on 50 grand up until this is the first season when he's earned 100 grand a week.
Who else is there, Drift? Let me see if I was off on that.
Ibu.
Gomez.
Ibu.
Oh, Ibu, yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Ibu, I'm gonna
120.
say 130 for Ibu.
Konate is on 70. 70 grand a week.
Oh, bro.
Who brought
Klopp
in
just-
Ibu again? Was
Michael
it
called Klopp and said, I'm offering a get it done.
You know
on
what?
70.
Kelleher is actually a very interesting one. Let's see how much Kelleher. Oh, fuck, you know.
I'm going to go 25 for Kelleher.
No, I think Kelleher's a bit of a weird one. Now that he said
No,
it's
no
either gonna-
wonder this mofo wants out.
Kelleher's on 12.5.
Guys, let me just put this into
12.5?
if Salah gets all his bonuses, Salah nearly makes in a week what Kelleher makes in a year. Kelleher is on 10 grand a week.
I was close. I said 12 and a half. I don't know why. I'm thinking of Foot Manager, but yeah.
That is mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know
10
what's worse.
grand.
That-
No wonder he wants to go.
Do you remember? Have you seen that picture where he's falling asleep on the bench like years ago? He's like this. He's like this.
No, you man. Let's deep this. Kelleher makes less money than
I would
Adrian.
fall asleep too, bro. If I was on 10 grand a week, I'd tell
Kelleher
him
makes
to go
less
play
money than
football.
Adrian. How
With
is
them
this
man-
actually? How can this be real? No, Adrian makes 60 grand a week. How does Kelleher
I
make
told you, bro.
only
Adrian's
make
blessed,
10
man.
grand? Fuck yeah, no.
Why do you think Adrian ain't kicking up no fuss?
Adrian actually makes more money than Iron Apple DJs.
But Adrian, right now, if he could, would sign an extension. We could sign 20 goalkeepers. Adrian would still be like, it's calm. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But Adrian, you're going to be 21st goalkeeper. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man.
No, let's be honest. This is the real reason Kelleher wants to go. We've got to deep that for a real second. I know
Nah,
he might
it's
want
not,
to
it's
play.
not,
I
it's
know it
not.
might be about game time, but if I'm 25 and I'm as good as Kelleher and I'm playing for Liverpool and I only make 10 grand a week, these men probably spend 10 grand on like a quick weekend away or something, and I'm only getting that in my full wage. Now, if I'm Kelleher, I'm off.
Oh, someone said, what about Curtis Jones? I'm gonna say Curtis Jones on 70.
I'm gonna say 80 for Jones
40.
70.
Nothing more than 40.
because I think he signed a new deal. Did he not?
Yeah, nothing more
I'm
than
gonna say
40.
70.
No fucking way.
Let
Curtis
me double
Jones
check
only
that.
makes 15 grand a week.
No, is this right, Drift? This don't sound right, bro.
It's from a website. It's from a website called Sport Track.
All right, hold on. No.
That
See,
is
I'm on
horrible.
all right. So the first, hold on, what? I'm on Salary Sport right now.
Are you getting the same thing? 15 grand a week. for
The
Curtis
first one I
Jones?
saw was 15 grand. So I had to double take. But now I'm looking at it now on another website called Salary Sport. He's on 67,000 a week. It depends where you get it because obviously it's hard to kind of.
Yeah, this is a little tricky, isn't it? Because it
Oh,
does.
hold on. But on another one, okay, he's either on 67 or he's on what you said, Drift, 15. Because I'm seeing that number a lot right now.
The 15, yeah, so am I.
15 and the 67 as well, though.
Fucking hell.
That's a bit.
Can I just say one thing? And I'm going to leave it here. You know, when people say we've got the highest wage bill as reported, and I always push back on it, this is the reason I push back on it.
All right. So just quickly, he's saying Kwanzaa's on 15, Jones is on 15, Harvey Elliott's on 40, Percetic on 40, Endo's on 50, Diaz 55, Adrian 60, Kanate 70, Simikas 75, Joe Gomez on 85, Roberts on 100, Matip's on 100, Cody's on 120, Sobo 120, Nunes 140, Jota 140.
I'm gonna share this.
Gravenberch 150. Gravenberch 150.
Yes, man.
Yeah, that's what we just said, bro.
I thought you said 120. Sorry, my bad. Alisson 150, McAllister 150, Trent 180.
Alisson's on the same as Gravenberch.
Bro, yeah, wait, it gets better.
Can you see what I'm scrolling, you lot? On
Yeah. Salah's on the so Virgil's.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually really surprised Jota makes that much. You know,
same.
I'm actually really surprised Jota makes that much for a guy who's injured as much as he is. That is a lot.
Is there all right? Again, just throwing something out here. Is there an argument to say that FSG have changed their model?
Jeff, I got the spreadsheet to make it easy.
In what way?
What's this now? I've got the spreadsheet.
Over the last 2 years, we paid a lot more in salaries than we did in previous.
Oh yeah, look, no, this one is saying that Robbo is on 100. Oh no, I said he was on 100, didn't I?
You said that. Look, I've got the spreadsheet. Hold on.
Joey's only on 85. Simikas is on 75.
Mazzolini,
I can't believe Ibu's only on 70. That's bad, man. That Ibu's only on 70. You know.
What's this?
No wonder Phillips enjoys hanging around.
That's all the neck. You see all the neck.
£65 a week to be a gym buddy and a spotter.
Can you see the?
No,
you can see the names. You can see the weekly wage.
Mm.
Bro, look at this. What is this? How can Gravenberch be on 150?
No, but Matt, remember we just established he was on 200 at Bayern, so we had to give him an amount.
Brother, Smacker went. No, I'm gonna be real.
No, because we got to be honest. You're not gonna leave a club for a dramatic pay drop when you've got a 5-year deal.
But but surely you have to take into consideration what everyone else is on, though. Imagine he's walked into the club and he was
a free signing though, Matt. You got to remember things do make things different.
Gravenberch went free. He paid 30.
No, when he went to Bayern. When he went to Bayern, so remember they put him on a contract.
Hold on, no, he wasn't actually. He wasn't a free to Bayern. Mazraoui was a free.
That's what I'm saying.
Paid. He went into the last of his contract.
Yes, he went for about 20.
Mazraoui was
actually.
That's what I'm saying, you man. I don't think he was ever free.
How on earth did Bayern Munich give him so much wages then? If he weren't even a free?
Guys, I'm just gonna say it straight. You see, when it's reported that Liverpool have the highest or second highest wage bill, it is because it is every single staff member at the club that is on the wage bill, not just players. Other clubs do it as just players and on the wage bill. We do every staff member on the wage bill.
No, Salah's actually.
So do you think that's the other clubs not giving out information or us trying to pull a thing?
I'm not gonna say anything else, Drew.
No, bro, just be free, bro. Just talk the talk, bro.
Man said just be free.
I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is we could pay a lot more in salaries, and that's why I don't buy the whole we can't pay this amount in wages.
Yeah,
and all that.
you know what? Our wages aren't that high. When I'm seeing that we only have 10 players that make 100 grand or more, our salary isn't wild. I'm there thinking we got a bag of man getting bare money and all that. We've only got 10 players who make more than 100 grand a week.
and Mane and Firmino were both on 180, you know. So we've actually trimmed the wage bill because they were both on 180.
And Thiago going now, and Matip going.
Yeah, so imagine. So we got Thiago's off the wage bill, 200 grand. Matt's
I
off
think
300 grand.
That Matip was only earning 100 grand. A Liverpool legend, been at the club as long as he has, and he was only on 100
Now
grand.
that you man has said it now, I am kind of surprised that Jota walked in on 140 because if I'm not mistaken, that's his first contract, bro.
No, he had a renewal, bro.
Did he?
Yeah,
he's seeing it right. August 2002, bro.
Yeah. Of course. We got him in 2020.
Renewal. Yeah.
That's a man.
Yeah, our wage bill isn't it can't be as high as some of the others. It can't be.
Salah's moving.
God knows what Man United and flipping Chelsea's wage bills like. I can't believe Luis Diaz only makes 50 grand a week. That's why he wants to go as well.
Bro, Diaz ain't even. I can't even see. Diaz is there. Diaz is all talking to Endo and he can't even talk to Adrian, you know.
Do you know what? Shout out Basetic, you know. He managed to negotiate 40 grand a week. That's brilliant considering his age and how little first team football he's played, you know.
Curtis Jones. I don't understand.
He makes more than... No, this is official. Curtis Jones is actually on 15 grand a week, you know.
No, I know.
That is wild.
Imagine Ben Doak can talk to man.
No, imagine this, bro. Kwanzaa makes the same amount as Curtis Jones.
I know.
That is
them
actually crazy.
So them man are going to be in for renewals straight away.
No. Ben Doak earns the same as Curtis Jones.
Man said
we are actually disrespecting Jones, you know. We are actually disrespecting him.
Nah, man said Curtis Jones is only making 5 grand. And you should look at this, but Reece Williams. Yeah, so it's a mad.
So someone just said the ones in green are confirmed, the others aren't confirmed.
Well, most websites are actually giving the same wage, though, Cal. That's the crazy thing. I can't, you know, Bradley's on 10 grand a week. That's about to get at least quadrupled. I'm sure.
That's been verified. Oh, really? Verified. Sourced. Really? What's your sources, bro? I mean, I get what you mean, though. But still,
Curtis Jones is actually being disrespected.
Well, boys, let's quickly read out these supers and get through to the last topic. Gang and Deep says, seriously, one of the biggest issues with Liverpool is sentimentality and loyalty. Back your own no matter what standard needs raising. I'm sick of it. Skip to my Lou says, Trent and the pivots sign a proper DM and Maka in the 10. Yeah, we all said the same as well. Shout out to Sharif, who's just become a member of ours. Big up yourself.
Big up.
And we will check the thing as well, Sharif.
Brace says, all I need to know about Leroy is that Sadio had to tap that jaw one time. Sadio is not having him, so neither am I. No, we're not saying we want Sane, we're just comparing him. Sharif says, drift check your DMs and guys check your emails. PS, I'll be heartbroken if we lose Nunez. You'll never walk alone. Be out yourself again, Sharif.
Big up, bro.
Steak in the building. Did you man see the X and KG video?
I have. That was too
legendary.
Much joke, you know.
Legendary.
Them man there, too much joke, bro.
Legendary. Who allowed them to start collaborating?
We should play it. I swear, we should just play it.
Absolutely.
It's actually brilliant. Too much jokes, you know. Bigger X and KG, man.
Shout to Andy for your super chat. Man. Rosamund says Matt did Endo P on fried chicken.
What?
Because you want him out, innit? And Cal, I don't mean this is a joke. I genuinely need to know. Did you drink apple juice at your wedding? I did, yeah.
Right. Is that Rosa choosing violence again?
No. Okay. I did, yeah. The missus had I think she had a glass of champagne. I had a glass of
choose violence.
I don't drink, people. I have nothing against anyone who drinks. I don't drink. So yeah, I had an apple juice. She had a champagne. I had apple juice. We toasted and yeah, went from there. Honesty, LFC is looking at James Trafford for 20 mil. That's if Kelleher goes, apparently.
Trafford's a good goalkeeper. I like Trafford.
He's good. Honesty says both Liverpool and Bayern have inquired about Alan Varela, and Euro deal depends on what Leeds asking price is. Oh, that can't be Leeds. But it's basically his team. Lons, I'm guessing then.
You might check the private chat. I can't say it because it would be a matter if I said that. We're done out here, you know. So we just I just have to laugh inside.
I don't think we'll get Alan Varela, and I don't think we'll get Euro. I think Euro will go Real Madrid. I think Euro will go Real Madrid.
Hold on. Just for the giggles, Cal. Just for the giggles.
Nah, do you know what? All right, listen, them man there.
Michael Clark, Duncan.
I'm never gonna lie. They put in the work. They actually put in the work.
100.
They're brilliant.
They went studio and everything.
They are brilliant.
Oh man,
too much jokes, bro.
Kezi says, listen to Not Like Us diss track by Kendrick. We have indeed.
They not like us. All right.
Yeah. Meet the Grahams was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole either because I think Drake's being disrespected. I think his diss tracks are actually very good, but they're just getting dismissed like they're nothing. So
yeah.
I think they're good, but
they're good.
That's it. They're not. Yeah, they're good. No, they're good, but bro,
Family Matters is cold. Like, have you actually listened to
like
anyway? We're not gonna go down that rabbit.
He said, "Dear Adonis." The moment he dropped that line, it was done.
Bro, the man spoke about his son.
He spoke to every member of the family.
Every member in the family, bro.
It's
How
fine.
are you gonna let someone do that?
I'm not gonna go.
And then you're gonna respond with the heart part 6.
But it's fine.
It was good to get the pen out and let the pen do some exercise.
I'm gonna be real, Drift. I'm gonna be real. If someone wrote bars for me like that, I'm sending a tweet saying, "Hey, this ain't even a record anymore, fam." Like I have to, I can't say what I wouldn't do, but it can't be that anymore. Man spoke about my son.
What's he supposed to do? Get him killed and go jail? Now, what's he supposed to do?
You lied about your surgery.
He spoke about his mom, like his dad, bro. He spoke about his aunt, bro.
But for me, that more is Kendrick went over the top than.
No, he didn't. He said to Drake, keep it cool. Don't mention family and all that.
And he spoke about Whitney.
So it is.
Kendrick was the first person to talk about his son.
No, it wasn't.
No, bruv, you're getting it all confused. The first person to mention any family was Drake. Drake spoke about Whitney.
He does it every time, bro.
Spoke about. Are you forgetting why Kendrick fried him like that?
Let's move on.
Man spoke about his wife, bro.
Drift. All right, Drift. Let's say we're having a debate right now or an argument. Let's say we're actually having an argument, and it's just between me and you. And then I say something about your missus. All bets are off, innit?
Yeah, but I was under the assumption from what I've seen that he spoke about Drake's son before Drake mentioned his wife.
No,
Kendrick did that because Drake spoke
because
about...
he said, Whitney, bro, when Drake was the first person to mention any family, like anybody. But it was
did
Drake
the same thing with Pusha T, bro. Spoke about Pusha T's wife and then Pusha T turned into more. I'm saying
Drake likes to get into these beefs that he can't finish, bro.
If he spoke about her first, then fair enough. But from what I saw, the order of the track... I thought he spoke about his son before he spoke about his wife, but fair enough.
I can't even say
Drake got what's coming to him, man.
The man says certified what, bro, that is mad.
I still think Family Matters. Family Matters is cold. I don't care what anyone says.
Not like say, oh, me ho.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, bro.
He's not touching Kendrick. He's not.
Kendrick finished him. I can't lie, bro.
But this is the point. It's not about who's the better lyricist. It's about what tune was. Anyway, let's move on.
With both. Kendrick's got both.
Not Like Us is the best one, bro. Man said it's an anthem.
Family Matters.
They're
might
not
actually
like
be the best
us.
one.
They're not like us.
Yeah, I think
They're
it's
not like us.
catchier. I definitely think it's catchier. I don't think the bars
No, sorry,
are
Meet
better.
the Grahams is probably the best one. Meet the Grahams.
Meet the Grains. He surgically, bro,
destroyed it.
destroys.
No,
him,
I've heard all of them.
that one is horrible, bro.
I've heard them all.
Dear Adonis, bro. What I said? What? I had to read. Well, hold on. What? What do you mean, Dear Adonis?
Anyway,
it's a different level, man.
Man spoke to him as well. He didn't even rap. He just spoke to him. That's crazy.
even the fact that apparently
Euphoria is a problem.
No, it was.
Look,
Don't get me wrong. Drake's best one is Family Matters, 100%. Family Matters is it's cold. Don't get twisted. It's cold. But I just think.
And apparently Drake actually trying to figure out who was telling Kendrick stuff, made up some lies, and then Kendrick's talk about them, so he now knows who the person is who talks about shit.
Do you know what? I'll tell you when it ends for me. When Drake's got ghostwriters on his team. If you're a rapper, you can't have ghostwriters. Simple as.
Who? What you mean for the diss battle? You mean
in general? Bro.
In general, apparently when he first started out, man had ghostwriters.
Confirmed.
You say
it's never been confirmed.
No, bro, at the beginning of his career, he's gotten. Here's the thing: Drake is. Listen, he writes his own material now. No one's denying that. But at the beginning of his career, the ghostwriting allegations were very strong, bro. Like very strong.
It's all right.
Look at that.
Like I said,
he credits the ghostwriters.
Like I said, let's move on. You can. I'm not even saying that Kendrick didn't win the beef. I'm just saying you can always tell who people want to win because they'll ignore when something is good because they want the other person to win. And I've seen a lot of that. When I'm seeing the things online and stuff, I'm like, the dismissal of what Drake's done is clearly just a favoritism thing towards Kendrick. It's not because I don't care who wins. I don't really care about any of these beefs. But I've heard all the tracks and I'm like, Drake cold with some of this stuff. People are just dismissing it like he's dead in the war and he hasn't said anything great or he hasn't done anything. Everyone's acting like he got buried. It's like, they're not like us. It's catchier. Don't get me wrong. Like, as a standalone song, I really like it. I was banging it today. But in terms of the lyrics and what's said, I think Family Matters has just literally been glossed over. Like, that isn't a cold diss track. But anyway.
Can you name 3 top lines from that Family Matters diss track?
Oh, I don't listen to it enough to memorize it like that. But if I go back and let it,
you can.
No, but I can't do that with Kendrick either. I haven't paid enough attention to the beef to actually memorize lines that they're saying. But if you play the track, I'm like, yeah, that's the
Not
cool.
Like Us. You remember things straight away from the first time you hear Not Like Us.
No, I've heard Not Like Us 10, 15 times. And I still can't reword what they're saying. When I hear it at the time, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cold. But like, if you tell me to do it now, I'm like, shit, what did they say again? I'd have to listen to it because I haven't been in the beef like that. But I just think Family Matters has just been disregarded like it's nothing, and it's actually a very well put together diss track.
It's been disregarded because of what Kendrick did. He dropped the song straight after his one, pretty much. He drowned it out.
It only gets drowned out if you want it to be drowned out.
His one's better.
Actually, I do remember one bar that Drake said that was cold when he said something about you're out here acting like you're trying to free the slaves, but really you're up here wifing up mixed queens and or something to that effect. It's kind of true.
But and then what did Kendrick do? He went and spoke about the whole slave situation with Atlanta. And he proved that Drake's again messed up.
Forget the comeback. I'm saying the bars in the tune are good. Even when he says something about, his wife being bigger than him. So when he puts his hands on her, is it self-defense or something like there's some cold bars in the track.
I mean, that's corny. Like that's
because maybe you want it to be corny.
To
me, it's a bar.
Fair enough, but I'm saying it.
Remember, there's allegations he beats up his wife, but now he's trying to spin it, saying your wife's bigger than you. So is it really you? It's funny, it's bars, but anyway, it's fine.
But that's what. But I mean, Kendrick's got bars for days. Then,
but he's a better lyricist than Drake. We know this.
So
but the actual diss track itself is a very good diss track.
No,
and
I'm not saying it's not
disregarded like it's crap. I just find it a bit weird.
Let's say Drake's one was a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Kendrick's is a 10 out of 10. So of course it's going to be dismissed.
I don't think it's that good. I've heard a lot better
What?
diss tracks
Meet the
than that.
Grahams?
Yeah, I've heard better diss tracks than that.
Maybe a 3 in the
Back
whole
to
of
back when Drake bodied Meek is a better diss track than that.
never.
Of course
Back
it
to back.
is.
No,
But
way, bro.
of course it is. Drake
Bruh.
absolutely, like, Meek didn't even respond. It was so good. Like, he just took the loss and moved on.
So you're telling me back to back was better than what's Pusha T's one? Story of Adidon.
No, I'm not saying it was better, but what I'm saying is it's better than Meet the Grahams. Anyway,
Not in my opinion.
it's easy to attack Drake. I see it. It's fine.
It's not, bro. It's easy to defend Drake as well.
Nah, it's not. Because he is a bit cheesy, so like it's very easy to attack him. But
Fair dues. Last topic. Ederson from Atalanta. As predicted, because of his fantastic performance in the final, he's been linked with pretty much every top team now. I'm not going to sit here and say that I know anything about Ederson. I don't. I've seen him play 3 games this season, 2 against us, and I didn't even watch all of the final. I watched some of the final. And in all 3 games, it was excellent. But I also, again, this is where I put my hands up, I also thought Amrabat was quality as well because I watched him in the World Cup and proved that he's not. After what you've seen and heard of Ederson, would you want him at Liverpool?
I haven't watched enough of him to fully be on that thing, so I agree with you. I don't know if I would all out be like, yeah, let's get him. What I have seen of him, I really like.
Would you go in for him? I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't think he's a DM as such. I think he's more of a Kante type player.
I mean, how many true destroyer DMs exist in this world now where it is a lot more about being better on the ball and all that kind of stuff? Because that's the thing. I was thinking about this recently. The world of like just an all-out destroyer is very slowly shrinking. The same way like an all-out number 9 has become like not so much of a thing anymore. So it's kind of tough to think about getting a DM in that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, how many like all-out destroyer DMs are there? So maybe you do have to get, you know, a little bit more of a silkier type DM rather than, you know, like a Mascherano. Like, they don't really exist too much now anymore. That type of, do you know what I mean? They are more like the Kante. Because remember, Kante was, like you said, he was a box-to-box, but he had brilliant defensive quality, so he could do it all round. But he wasn't just a Mascherano sitting and all he does is destroy type midfielder. I don't know how many Gattuso Mascheranos there are anymore. We don't really breed that type of defender anymore. So I guess you have to have more of the Ederson type DM now, innit?
Yeah, true. I mean,
even Endo and Flacco were still brilliant on the ball. They weren't destroyers. They're still good footballers. Do you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
wouldn't say Endo's brilliant on the ball.
not with his passing, sorry. Like, he's got brilliant passing. So, and that's not traditionally seen as what a DM would be, innit? A DM's destroy the ball, give it to someone next to you, they go and work. But Endo can get the ball and ping a 30-yarder. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's...
there's different ways how you see it. Do you know what it is? There's difference in it because you got like a DM, but then you got destroyers. Like, I would say, like,
but how many? That's what we're saying, Matt. Like, that's what we're talking about. Like, how many real destroyers where the only role in the team is to destroy are there? The game's changed. You don't get many players where the only thing they do
agree,
is
agree, and that's why personally, I don't want a destroyer. I just don't want someone that could just break up play and that's it. Does that make sense? I want someone a bit more complete, personally. That's what I'm on.
Lee, that's the world, bro.
Lee, what's going on?
Just for context, I just messaged Lee the other day, just asked him a question because I think a common theme throughout the season with Lee, if I'm not mistaken, boys, was if Arteta wins the Premier League, he's on the same amount of trophies as Klopp, right? For the Prem.
Yeah, agreed.
So I just messaged him and said, "Oh, does that mean Ten Hag's better than Arteta because he's won 2 major trophies in the time that he's been United and Arteta's only won one. I'm still waiting for an answer. So if anyone can help me locate Lee,
that's it. Remember, that's why I asked the question the other day, because I haven't had my answer either, and I didn't even just ask Lee.
Oh, you asked the question as well.
Do you remember to any Arsenal fan? I just wanted any Arsenal fan to
crazy.
answer me and let me know how the rules changed so much, because they haven't won anything for 4 seasons. They're basically doing what Poch did with Tottenham. Remember, but nobody wants to ask me the question: why is their process better than Tottenham's?
No,
why
it is better. It is better because
why do the rules keep on changing? Why do the rules keep changing? For example, the argument about who had the better season between Arsenal and Man United. So now what people are saying, that Man United's season was more successful, but Arsenal had a better season.
I think they've improved, you know. I think they've improved, Drift.
Can those two things even be the same, you lot? If I said to you, you've had a more
if you go from second to second, but you didn't lose by the
same gap. They did improve. They closed the gap.
No. All right. Let's change the metrics and let's just see if you lot can answer the question, and then we'll know we've got the. So if I said, no, Callum's had the better career. But Matt was more successful in his career though. But Callum's had the better career. How does that even make sense? Because Arsenal are saying, man, you've had a more successful season, but they've had a better season. So I just changed the context to see if it makes sense. Callum's had a better career, but no, Matt's had a more successful career.
Yeah, it depends when you see. Yeah, when you say better, what metric is because it depends on the metric. So here's the deal: Arsenal were literally languishing 3 years ago. It was only not this season before they got into a title race and surprised everyone. And everyone was like, was it a one-off? Are they going to go and do it again? And a lot of Arsenal fans were like, nah, this ain't a one-off thing, blood. We're here, fam. We're going to go for the title next year. And if we got the team to do it. And we're like, okay, all right. We won't say nothing. Because remember, the season before.
ZK Sims got a point here. Alisson's had a way better career, but Scott Carson's trophy cabinet is crazy. Remember, Scott Carson got two Champions Leagues, you know.
Oh yeah, has he got two?
But here's the difference.
Biggest, bigger. I would say something there.
Here's the difference. You can't say he's had a more successful career because he didn't take part in any of that.
He didn't contribute. Yeah, I hear
he didn't do anything in that. That's not a.
So it's not like he. That's a good point actually.
Yeah, Scott Carson's played 1 game in 5 seasons. He didn't contribute to any of that. He's got nothing to do.
Carson's my hero, bro.
In fact, he's the reason they invented the rule back in the day where you actually
you're asking the wrong question.
Because Scott Carson shouldn't be allowed to have a medal.
Big up my brother.
The reason he
wants to beat me right now. No. Let me ask you. No. What I
deal with him, man.
Yeah, listen. Come on now. Like Lee, come on. You know what time it is, yeah, bro. You're asking the wrong question. Has Ten Hag been more successful than Arteta? I think that's the real question you need to ask yourself.
Yeah.
All jokes aside,
home before you step out the doors, big man.
You know the old school film candy man.
We go buy takeaway.
You need to say Arteta 3 times in the mirror, fam, right now, because it's peak for you, man. I'm being honest. It just is, bro. This is the thing. You can't speak on Jurgen Klopp when you haven't even been better than my guy. Do you guys know what I say? Ten Hag. Ten Hag has got 2 trophies in 2 years.
Speak to them, man. Speak to Man United. Don't speak to
Arteta in 5. Is it in 5 years? 5 seasons now, I believe.
5.
He's just got the one. He's got the 1 trophy. That's it. And Lee, correct me if I'm wrong. In fact, Lee, I want you to answer this one question just quickly. Has Arteta seen a final since the FA Cup final? Has he ever been to another final? Has he ever even competed in another final?
Man. That's too harsh, man.
No, I'm just asking a question. I know he wants to beat me up because he's already called me and said he's going to beat me up.
He won. Remember, he also won the participation certificate. Shout out DR Sports.
Told you it's mother care now, not the early learning. So it's mother care.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even putting anything in writing. I'm just asking questions and nobody's answering me.
I just want to ask a question
as well. Why has the metric changed for Arsenal, but they didn't give any of that energy for Tottenham? Tottenham made a Champions League final. Tottenham were in 2 title runs. Tottenham got to a final of a League Cup. They didn't win any of them, but that's what they did. Why
This is
is
what I
it different
understand.
for Arsenal? I don't understand why
Because
it's
they've
different
made
for
progress.
Arsenal.
The thing is, all right. I'm
Tottenham
actually
made
gonna
progress.
drift. I'm actually gonna not
Arteta spent
I'm gonna
500
try not to
million
take the
pound
mic for
more
1
than
minute.
Poch did.
I'm gonna try to take the mic for 1 minute.
I'm
They've
confused.
done. They have improved in terms of where they were. So remember, they like I said, they were languishing, and all of a sudden they got to they challenged for a title 2 seasons ago. And fair play to them because they did shock everyone. They were the surprise team. This year they weren't a surprise team because everyone said, "Look how good they are." They really should be challenging again this season, and they were the second favorites, if I'm not mistaken.
What
They
is
were the second
disingenuous?
favorites for a reason. And
Fight
Lee,
back.
correct me if I'm wrong.
back.
Lee, you can never go at me if I'm misquoting you. You said it's the league or bust. Pause. This year, that's what you said, Lee. You said that will be improvement because you were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do it this year." I remember you, bro. Lee, you were talking a lot, bro. I have to keep it up. He was talking a lot, saying they're gonna do it this year, and I was like, "All right, let's see where I go on." And at one point, I'll be honest, Lee, if I'm not mistaken, all three of us at one point said Arsenal might win it. You know, they might do
I
it.
thought they would, even up
They
until last
might
game.
actually do it. And that's
They
how I will
look-
give you
they
credit,
look
Lee,
like
because
they
at one
could.
point you look like you might have been right on the money. But football is about margins, bro. And this is what we try to get people to understand. All these Arsenal fans trying to say, "Oh, we play better football than City, you know. You see, when we went to the Etihad and we got a draw, yeah. Oi, see how we didn't get battered up, brother. If you beat Man City, you probably would have won the league. That's the killer. And when you guys want to have a go at us for doing the same thing, that's why I say the pot calling the kettle black. You can't do that. And not only that, bro, we was able to beat a Pep Guardiola team. Not only beat a Pep Guardiola team, dismantle to the point where by February, title was done. The world, bro, when we won the league, the world needed Captain Planet, fam. The world was a mess. Yeah, and we won the league, wrapped it up differently.
But
Everyone's going through. No, all jokes aside, everyone's going through a crisis, and I shouldn't even make joke about that. But you get what I mean. Like it was a horrible time for the world, and the Liverpool players were still able to destroy the league within 6 months. That's crazy. You can't.
And the thing is, you say they made progress, Matt.
You can't talk.
And of course they made progress. That is literally obvious when you actually count in the context. But Pochettino took Tottenham to a place where they are now, and I don't want to be disrespectful when I say this, they are now considered a big six club. Poch did that. There's no bigger metrics to measure the job you did than he took Tottenham from being irrelevant almost to making them certified top six. Like we now talk about them in this big six, top six kind of situation.
Harry Redknapp kind of did that at first, I think, no?
Harry Redknapp did really well with them, but they never was in like a title race, Carl, or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Like they got into the Champions League, they got in top four, yes, and Harry Redknapp did a brilliant job. But Poch came in and actually stamped them amongst the big boys. He made them a team you had to actually like fear almost. Like people started to have enough respect for Tottenham that if you played Tottenham, you was actually like worried about the game. You were shook. You're like, raw. Do you know what I mean? Tottenham now. They finished second twice, I think. Like he got to a Champions League final. I'm not even saying he did better. All I'm asking is, why was it all fun and games laughing at them? They're crap. You don't win anything. It was only about trophies whenever it was Arsenal bantering Tottenham. I think Tottenham finished above them 7 years in a row, if I'm not mistaken. 7 years in a row, Tottenham finished above. And all it was you don't win nothing, though. You don't win nothing.
I know,
you don't
it could
win
have been
nothing.
seven.
It couldn't
It
have
might
been
have been
seven.
like 3 or 4.
Am I wrong? I'm sure it was 7 times they
7?
finished above them.
Like, oh no, they're not like us because Everton. Nah, they're not like us.
I'm sure it was 7 times. It was a lot anyway. They finished above them a lot. It might have been even including Redknapp's, but they finished above them a lot.
And you know what's so crazy?
And now all of a sudden, the metric has changed, and now it's not a measure of success; it's a measure of progression.
Bro, I said to the Arsenal
The
man,
rules change all the time.
You guys are on the right path. The problem is you still got a long way to go. Do you want to know why I said this, bro? I said you haven't factored in Champions League football. Last season, you didn't have no Champions League football. Last season, you could focus on it. Sorry, 2 seasons ago, right? Now you have to factor in Champions League football. And this is when I knew something went right of Arsenal. You lost to a Bayern Munich team where they've actually already sacked the manager. And Bayern Munich have been absolutely dismantled this season. by Leverkusen. One of the worst Bayern Munich teams I've seen in a while. Not necessarily the personnel, but the way how they are as a team. Arsenal could not beat that Bayern Munich, bro. That was wild to me. I'll be honest with you. And that's what I said to myself. You know what? I'm not gonna say nothing yet because this is football. Arsenal are not gonna win this league. They're just not going to. Something's not there. I don't know where it is from.
From 16-17 to 21-22, Tottenham finished above Arsenal.
Oh, jeez.
And all you heard was, you didn't win anything though. Who gives a shit? That's all you heard from the Arsenal fans. You haven't won nothing. Who cares? How comes it's different now? I'm just asking questions. That's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is asking
16,
questions.
17. When they still have Modric?
No, I think he's gone by then.
You sure?
I think so. I think Bale possibly may have
Bale was there because Bale.
But I'm sure Modric.
You saw Modric down there?
No, Bale left by then.
Oh,
no, I don't think he did, bro.
Bale left at the end of. Bale left before the 13-14 season.
Was Modric still there though?
No,
Modric definitely wasn't.
So
there,
what
bro.
era
Modric...
was? So what era was this?
This must have been the end of Harry Redknapp.
No, but I'm trying to think what era was the 16-17 era for Tottenham though. All jokes aside,
that must have been. That's either. That's either Harry Redknapp's last season or Poch's first season. One somewhere in there.
So obviously, Milo Kane was the striker, but who were the players like on the right and left?
Ali, Kane.
Who was in the midfield? Was that the Wanyama?
Wanyama and Dembele.
Yeah, Dembele, Wanyama.
Oh, and the Dele Ali. Yeah.
Dele Ali.
Okay.
It was a brilliant Tottenham team, but they didn't win anything. So Arsenal kept on telling us, who gives a crap? It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
And the other brother, Alderweireld.
Alderweireld, yeah. Who cares if you've got all these good players? You still can't win that. And do you want to know what's even more crazy if you want to add a bit more context? Here's the thing. People keep saying, they only finished second once. Fair enough. I remember when Leicester won, they were second, but then they fell away right at the end. But they were in the title race until about 4 weeks. So it's a similar scenario to what Arsenal did last year, fell away. So they were still in 2 title races, Tottenham, if you want to be absolutely over the top pedantic about it. But the real issue is, Pochettino even had an 18-month or a 24-month spell, if I'm not mistaken, when he didn't even get a penny to spend. Arteta has spent over 700 million. Over 700 million Arteta spent. And Pochettino had to penny pinch and go 2 windows or 3 transfer windows without a signing. Like,
was it that amount though? Was it? I thought it was 500, but that's still crazy though.
I'm just asking very easy to answer questions, and I'm not getting my answer. I'm just not getting an answer. I'm very confused.
How much have Arsenal spent? 500 or so? I thought it was 500. It's 700 mil.
After the summer just gone, Matt, I'm sure it's 700.
Jeepers, bro. I'm not gonna
remember they spent 210 million summer just gone. Literally just in that. I don't even know if Pochettino spent 210 million in his whole Tottenham tenure.
That man love a credit card, you know.
So I'm just asking. That's all I'm doing. I'm just asking questions.
Lee. I'm genuinely asking. Lee, how much money have you spent? This is not even a trick question. I genuinely don't know. Because if it's 700 mil, Lee, that's crazy, bro. I can't even lie to you. You cannot spend 700 mil and then that's crazy.
One day I might get an answer. One day.
No, I've never seen someone cook without utensils and fire, bro.
Man said, bigger fish to fry. Big up KG, you know. No.
And just to add a little bit of extra sauce on top of that, by the way, when Klopp was when Klopp was being a bridesmaid, as people want to be disrespectful, let's just add the fact that he collected a domestic double in the Champions League.
Tell him again.
While we want to do this bridesmaid talk, man was out here collecting real trophies while being runner-up, not the participation certificate. Okay, so
that's crazy.
You know, these men. Anyway, one day I'll get an answer. One day I'll get an answer.
Right, Lee, I didn't even expect that, bro. My bad, man. I didn't realize you was cooking without the chef utensils.
Yeah, you know, but we shouldn't have gone down that rabbit hole for real. I apologize.
I blame you, Carl. You left the oven on. You shouldn't leave the oven on.
We shouldn't have gone.
You
I walked in. Cal had already preheated it at 200 degrees, and I thought, why waste the heat?
Yeah, but you
Can't leave
cooked
the oven
everything in the freezer, bro.
Man said he emptied the fridge and the freezer. I said I might as well just have a cookout, blood.
Yeah. Sadiq says, but don't forget Drake put out 2 songs before Kenny. He did. Selection says Meet the Grahams was trash, not gonna lie. Come on. Drake handled himself well, not gonna lie, but Kendrick controlled the narrative better, not lyrically. Outside of Drake fans, I think most want to see Drake get knocked off his perch. How are we sitting there saying that the Meet the Grahams was trash?
No, I agree with the last line, because that's kind of what I was saying. He worded it well. Big up Selection. I think only Drake fans paid attention to what Drake was saying, but the narrative is because Drake's the bigger guy, K-Dot's the underdog, Drake's the superstar, whatever.
He's not the underdog.
No, in terms of careers, he's the underdog in terms of careers. Drake's like Michael Jackson, like a new level Michael Jackson in terms of his popularity.
Everybody knows in terms of in my opinion, as a lyricist,
Drake was the underdog going into this battle.
Yeah, as a
lyrically,
lyricist,
100%. Lyrically,
battling. He's not a
battling. Everyone knew Kendrick was going to battle.
No, but career-wise, Drake is like the new Michael Jackson or what? Like his popularity.
Yeah. His success is out.
So in that regard. In that regard, Kendrick's the underdog, because we're talking about, like, everybody just likes to watch the greatest fall first.
No,
it's just
wrong.
the way
I
the
didn't
world
even want to
works.
see the fall. I just want to see 2 rappers got like who's
the reach. I tell you why
track?
it's not true, because no one ever sat here and be like, wanted to see the demise of Michael Jackson, wanted to see the demise of Prince or anyone like that. The reason why people are upset with Drake is because of all the stuff he's been doing. Culture vulturing, sneak dissing, all this nonsense he's been doing, getting away with. Like, been doing this for years.
I think it's unfair to call him a
steals other people's raps, bro.
Bro, he does. That's what he got, bro. Listen, if you go
been doing this for years,
and you know what? Big up Wiley. He was the first person to call him a culture vulture, you know. And no one didn't want to listen. I know
sometimes it's appreciation rather than stealing.
Hold on.
Bro,
it's not appreciation when he's getting on a track with Central C and he's starting to speak like he's from London in the hood.
That's what you call an appreciation. He's on a British track, so he's just
stop drift. Because if someone did a song with a dance,
English people rap like Americans all the time.
When?
Like when I was growing up, that was all English people did, and it was try and act like Americans.
Bro. It was never appreciated.
It never got rinsed either. It was just, it was what it was.
Bro, do you know what's so crazy? I saw some.
Think about how many people. Think about how many times an English person will do patois in their rap. Nobody cares.
No, that's
Nobody
different.
cares.
No, that's different. Because Pat was part of our culture in this country.
No, but I've seen Africans do it. It's not part of their culture.
No,
nobody cares, though, bro. It is what it is, bro.
In England, especially in London, patois is a part of everyday language culture. So if one of my Nigerian or Ghanaian brothers say "Wagwan cow," they're not mocking me. That's how we've grown up.
Exactly. It's an appreciation of it.
London, bro.
No, but if you're on a song with somebody, you're just appreciating. You're just appreciating. If he actually tried to make us, if he tried to make a song like that with no English people on it, I would say that's teeth in the thing. But if he's jumping on a chat with someone, that person has said, "I like the way you're doing it," and he's doing. It's more like an appreciation of what you're doing. If you're stealing it, you're acting like it's yours. That's what you're doing. If you're vulturing, you're acting like it's yours.
I'm a bit honest. Yeah.
It's a long argument.
No one's taking away from his accolades, but in terms of what he's done, fam, and there's certain things that I'm like,
But he's stealing other people's raps, like he's there on the internet, bro, for people to see.
Look, do you know what? Fair play to Jamrock. Jamrock's even just said he's saying that in Canada, Toronto, they've got a very similar culture. That I don't know if this is true, but what if that is the case? Then he's actually doing what you just said people do with.
So why has he never done it before? Then? Why has he never done it before?
That can be a first time for everything.
Come on, Drift, man. You're just making excuses for him for the sake of it now, man.
No, I'm not. I'm just literally just giving you some context. If Jamrock is saying Toronto has a very similar thing where it's, then is that not the same thing you just said that, say, for example, Africans do with Jamaican when they talk like Jamaicans? It's not. We don't think they're taking a piss. We just think it's an appreciation of it.
So why is he says combination flow the way he says combination flow with Central C then?
Because he's obviously sounded like the man he's on the track with. It's like, I can't.
It's my point, bro. Why are you imitating?
It's not imitating if somebody is giving you like. Anyway,
when Ed Sheeran's doing Afro beats, bro, he's not trying to speak African, is he?
Ed Sheeran gets called a culture vulture
by Wiley, bro. But Wiley, we know Wiley was doing a madness.
It's not just Wiley.
No, leave out my G Wiley, man.
I don't want to start doing. I don't want to start doing the name.
Bro, no one can call Ed Sheeran a culture vulture.
I don't want to. I don't think he is. But I've heard more than Wiley say it. But let's not go with that. It's long. But anyway,
let's leave out.
Let's move on.
Drake got what he had coming to him, man. Skip to my lucid. Kendrick put Drake back in a wheelchair.
What?
Selection says it's funny how I have to defend Drake. If he's a culture vulture, so is the rest of the industry. Beyond just made a country album for damn sake. The rules always apply to Drake differently. Which other? I've never seen Jay-Z culture appropriate. I've never seen Nas culture appropriate. DMX, Snoop, Dre, 50. All I can continue. I can continue. These lot have all done collaborations and crossovers. I've never seen them culture vote. I've never seen these lot take raps from other people consistently, take flows from other people consistently, have ghostwriters consistently, credit ghostwriters on albums consistently. Not talking about Dre, who's a producer, and Dre. We all know Jay-Z wrote Still Dre. Dr. Dre is a producer. If you're an MC and someone else writes your bars,
yeah, that's an L. I can't lie. You can't be an MC and someone else is like that's crazy, fam. I still rate Drake in terms of like the music that he's done.
Corrected. Snoop went through his line. He did go through his Snoop line phase still.
I was just going to say, Lil Wayne made a rock album. Was that culture vulturing? Like, no, it happens.
Culture vulturing.
You
do know the origins of rock, right?
Can I be honest with Drake?
I mean, all music really relates back.
With Drake,
I mean, there's no
Drake looks for the most popular music at the time and tries to incorporate into his thing. I'm gonna be real, fam. Like that's how he stays relevant, though, isn't it? That's
what you call being a smart musician and a smart businessman.
But it's also no. But we want to appreciate you for the music that you make, not for the people that other music make. For the music that Drake makes, make your music. Like, what's your music? Like, when you go now you want to do house because house is in. Oh, cool. Now you want to do Afrobeats in. Like, I get it. You're trying to stay relevant, but bro, you're trying to take parts from other people, which is smart. But at the same time, bro, do your thing. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. That's why he doesn't get the credit.
But that's how we got to the top and had something like 12 songs all in the top 100 at the same time or whatever it was.
There's a reason why he's at the top, because he's doing that exact same thing 100%. No one's knocking him for that. But that's why you will never get the respect from certain people, bro. You can all sit there and say
does he care about the respect from the other people? Probably not.
Well, yeah, because he keeps on saying he's the one the industry's trying to get rid of and all of this. Like, so he clearly does, or he doesn't get his flowers. And all this.
Drake is he makes good. Don't get me wrong. He can make good music, but it's one of them things where you make good music, but like you're just not man them. I just keep it a buck. Drake ain't man them. That's the easy way for me to say. It's not
and that's fine. I agree with that. I don't think he is either. That's fine. But that is at the same time.
And I think he kind of gives this like persona, like he's weird. He does certain things, like, and other people are showing you're not about that, fam. You're really not that guy. I think I say it's the image, isn't it? The image. Don't get me wrong. Be the pop star. That's who you are. But when you start doing certain other things, it's like, bro, you're not that guy, man. Just be you. Be you. That's it. Like Kendrick said, just be you, fam. But yeah.
I'm going to use one example and leave it here. Drift, remember when you did the battle with Expressions years ago? What did Expressions say to you? He respects you because no one could really go up against him like that, right? Only
man in internet history to beat Expressions in a battle.
You shouldn't say that. He's coming. He's got back to you again.
Every time I see him, he
it.
brings it up.
He
Yeah,
says it,
he's like, I want a rematch. He says it all the time. Big up X, we joke about it all the time. But I understand. I take the W and I move. No rematch. I retire.
And X always says he respects you for it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If X found, let's say, for example, Matt wrote your jokes and X found out, do you think he's still going to respect you for it?
Yeah, but Cal, is there confirmation on this on all of his hits being written by somebody else? Because it's easy to make rumors up like that.
Ghost writers, bro.
Matt just said only when he first came in the game he had ghost writers. What is it like?
Bruv, check the credits to his songs. I think in one of the battle songs, there was ghost writers on it.
And you got to remember, say like a brethren helps you with
It's
the
a
hook.
mad thing.
You would give them credit for that. But if the verse is your lyrics, they didn't write your lyrics. It might help you with the hook, Cal. You know, like when you're trying to make a song, you come up with a hook or whatever. You're coming up with it. No, because of chorus.
Sadiq's, he credits them, bro.
Yeah, but is he crediting people who helped him with actual lyrics in his verse, or maybe someone who helped him come up with a chorus or something like that? They're different things. This is music. You know what? It's long. I don't even care enough to keep going with the argument.
Kendrick wrote all of his songs by himself, and that's all I'm saying.
That's the reason why Kendrick doesn't have as many hits then. Maybe you should get
care
some
about
help.
hits like that, bro. Not everyone just cares about having hits.
I mean, to be fair, if you make music, you want hits. There's no point making music
bro. Not everyone does just want hits. Let's be real. If Kendrick Lamar wanted to make hits, bro, he could make hits. If J. Cole wanted to make hits, he could.
It doesn't always work like that, Cal. It doesn't always work like that. No, honestly, it doesn't always. Making a hit ain't some regular easy thing, bro. Otherwise, everyone would have.
I'm not saying he'd have as many hits as Drake, but if they wanted to make hits, bro, they'd make hits.
I mean, he has got hits, just nowhere near as many. So maybe he's not as good at making them. That's very easy to say. You don't think Kendrick don't want every tune he drops to be a hit?
I don't think he cares like that, honestly. I genuinely don't think he cares like that. Selection says, is Kendrick Lamar culture vulturing for when he jumped on Taylor Swift's song to gain some of her core audience? Credits don't equal ghostwriting. So why are they on there? And also, he was just because you're on a track with someone doesn't mean you're culture vulturing. It's your intent and how you are on the track. Jay-Z was on the tracks with Linkin Park. No one was trying to say that Jay-Z was kind of culture vulture rock or what Linkin Park were doing. He just appeared on the track. Ludacris appeared on Justin Bieber's song. No one was saying Ludacris trying to be pop.
Why did Bounty Killer get so much slack when he jumped on No Doubt?
Say that again?
Why did Bounty Killer get so much slack when he jumped on No Doubt's tune?
I don't know the context behind it, if I'm going to be honest. I'm not even trying to get out of this one.
Anyway.
Same. Drake's got no defense, man. He's brought this on himself.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Brought this on himself, man. Boy. Well, anything else you guys want to say?
What an interesting show. Bank Holiday Monday. Big up.
In it, Bank Holiday Monday. Listen, I didn't think it would be like this, but it always is because it's a Monday night show. Liverpool content is a little bit thin to the ground, but it's calm. But no, man, big up everyone that was able to watch the show. And yeah, man, we'll be back later on this week. Stay tuned to the socials as well. I know everyone's enjoying their bank holiday, man. But bless up, you'll see more from us this week.
Yeah, we're not sure when we're going to go live this week. Next show is probably going to be the which players will be signed show. But look out for, if you're a member, look out for stuff that we've got coming out for the members and also on the main channel as well. So switch over. Make sure you follow us on social media. Make sure you switch on the notification bell. And yeah, we'll definitely be live again a couple times this week. If I'm not mistaken.
Has my camera been that blurry the whole time? What's going on with my camera?
Oh, it's been fine.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that must have looked
now, might be
terrible.
the internet. It's fine. Well, it's
okay. I was just gonna say, I beg you, it ain't been blurry like that the whole time.
No. We'd have said, man. We'd have left you out like that. People, it's been an absolute pleasure. If you haven't already, smash that like button on the way out. Hold on. Selection says credits can be interpreted by as someone who may have told you to tweak this, say it like this, use words, etc. No, I hear that selection. You're absolutely right in what you're saying, but ghostwriters are a thing as well, and like it's been proven. Like it's been proven.
No, it hasn't been proven, Cal. That's always been the thing. It's never actually been proven he's got.
So why has he never denied it?
He does deny it all the time.
When?
Even in one of his diss tracks, he talks about why is there all these lies going around about I've got ghostwriters. Drake always denies he's got ghostwriters all the time.
I'm not gonna lie. I think he got the ghostwriters, you know. But that's just I don't know.
He used to, man.
I think he used to personally.
Like I said, it's very easy. Well,
look, he steals lyrics. He actually steals.
Maybe he does have ghostwriters. Like maybe he does. I don't even care enough, like I said, to like really defend him or whatever. But it is very easy, especially in the music industry or in the entertainment industry, to if somebody says something about you and it's funny, it kind of sticks in people's minds, and then it does become the narrative.
Him, though, Drift. Like even people in the chat saying Quentin Miller, like it's not like the thing is, yeah.
Why has Kendrick or J. Cole never been accused of having a ghostwriter then?
Because they're not like somebody who's like up there and at the top that people are like trying to drag and bring down.
Kendrick's got a I don't think you realize I highly regard Eminem made Kendrick take his peak. Kendrick came to record with Eminem. Eminem said,
in the hip hop world, Cal, in the hip hop world, Kendrick is right at the top. That's a fact. But in the actual overall world of popularity, but in the overall world of popularity, Kendrick can't hold a candle to Drake. That's the point I'm making. Like the overall popularity of the world.
But no one's ever denied that. Could never deny that.
No one said
so
that. So
that's what I meant when I said Drake is so much bigger than him. In the hip hop world, no. But in the music world,
in the grand scope, no.
In the grand scheme of things, Kendrick isn't anywhere near Drake. And that's the reason why I'm saying it's easier for people to want to see Drake fall.
But we're talking
because the bigger you are, the
but
more.
This is a rap battle. But if we're talking about, but this is a rap battle specifically. We're talking about a rap battle. Two MCs, no matter how big the artist is. It don't really matter what you do. It's just about you got. Oh
no, it does, because if you got more haters, Kendrick is more lyrically talented than Drake. That goes without question. That's never been the argument.
But that's why people. No, but that's what I'm trying to say. So like, people would have been shocked if Drake would have mashed up Kendrick with bars. Everyone would have been like, "Oh my days, bro!" Not gonna.
Well, everybody would have said that Meek Mill was more lyrically gifted than Drake.
No.
What?
Yes, they would have.
No, not me.
Before the beef,
no.
If you asked, people would have said that Meek Mill was more lyrically gifted than Drake.
I know you're. I know you like me.
No, honestly, they would have. No. At that time, before they had their beef, people would have said Meek Mill is more lyrically gifted.
No, they wouldn't have, Drift.
They would have.
Me personally,
they would have.
Well, the mass majority would have said Meek is better lyrically.
Hip hop heads would have said Meek Mill is more lyrically gifted than Drake before they had that beef.
Not lyrically more gifted.
He's got tunes, Drift, but not lyrically more gifted. You can say he's got tunes.
Guys, look, I'm not.
They would have said maybe said he's more certified and more of a street guy, or
if you said Meek Mill versus Drake bar for bar, they would have said Meek. Remember, Meek started as a street battle rapper. You know, they would have said Meek Mill. If you said bar for bar versus Drake versus Meek, everyone would have said, "No, Meek would kill Drake."
No,
guys, I don't.
Anyway. No one ever thought that, you know. I don't. I haven't thought that.
I remember at the time. That's why everyone was so surprised the way Drake killed him. I remember at the time. I remember it vividly.
Light work for these.
Meek is a battle rapper, you lot. He's an actual battle. That's how he came up as a Who the hell would think
just
Drake
because you're a battle rapper?
Battle rapper is different from being lyrically great, though, bro. Like it's two different things.
No, but Cal, the whole point of battle rapping is to destroy someone in a 1v1. So if Drake's going 1-on-1 with Meek, everybody thought Meek was gonna win, bro. Everybody. This is what Meek came up doing.
No, it's the notion of he's from the grime, innit? He's one of them. He's a road man that can battle rap.
No,
that's all that is, bro.
Guys, come on. The whole point of battle rapping is to bury someone in a diss.
No, but what I'm saying is that's how we got into the game. All right. So what it is Meek got into the game his way. Drake got into the game his way. So some people might have thought that because he come from the streets, ready to tear battle rapping, that he's the guy. But I'm gonna be real, but even if you listen to bars, listen to music, Meek Mill is, for me anyway, Meek Mill makes some good music. Don't get twisted, like you got bars, but Not like that, bro. Like, I'll be honest. Even I know, for me personally, I think Meek Mill, there's tunes out there. Drake is a better barer than Meek. Personally, unless they were ghostwriter, but hey.
I think a couple of people got it right here. They probably thought Meek would win because he's a battle rapper and he's battle tested. But in terms of who's lyrically better, it was never a competition. Drake's always been better lyrically than Meek.
Well, that's literally the point of being a battle rapper. But
Selection says Meek was definitely being branded as the better battle rapper prior to Drake to this. That's not even up for debate. Most blogs and other rappers made the claim battle rapping is different from being a better lyricist. I don't get what I'm saying here. Is what's wrong with what I'm saying?
No, but Carl, if you're doing a beef, you're essentially battle rapping. You might not be standing in front of each other, but you're essentially battle rapping.
But battle rapping is not all just about lyrics, you know. It's about delivery. It's about spooking the other person, aggression.
And Meek didn't win on any of it. That's what I'm saying. And Meek didn't win on any of it. Drake outdid him on all of it.
Because battle rapping is one-on-one.
It's one segment, yeah. Remember, you're in front of the person. That's why you can't talk to Nas, bro. You see, there's certain man.
Diss tracks and battle rapping is very different, you know.
Meek Mill will get fried.
But the premise
I'll be
is
real
very
with you.
similar.
Hit 'em up might be the best diss track of all time. But if you threw Biggie and Tupac one-on-one on a stage and says, right, battle rap between you two, I think Biggie spins him.
But Biggie never responded though, so we'll
Biggie's
never
a
know
better
whether
MC.
he would have
But
Biggie never responded, so we don't know if Biggie. Maybe Biggie would have made a better.
For me, Biggie's a better MC than Pac.
Bruv, Hit 'em Up was a diss track. Battle rapping is like what flipping Hitman Holler and all them man do.
Yeah,
that's battle rapping. That's you're on the stage or you're on the street. There's two of you face to face. You got your people, they've got their people. You're going back and forth. These tracks are all right. I got a certain amount of time to write a rebuttal here. I'm gonna write something.
But who would you think would be best equipped to win a diss? The guy who always for a living is taking people on and knowing how to take the piss out of people, or the person who just makes regular songs.
Honestly, I called Drake before it even started, bro, because I knew Drake had lyrics for days.
No, just what I'm saying.
And another example, Eminem, lyrically one of the coldest, and one of the main reasons is because he was a battle rapper coming up, so he learned all of his skills by being a battle rapper. If Eminem's taking somebody on, you pretty much always would think, M's gonna body them. You just
compared Eminem to my man. That's crazy.
No, what I'm saying is the background is the same.
That's
so you would perceive that if Drake's going up against someone who's got a similar background, he can't beat that person.
But Eminem
that person
is a
came
different.
up in that way.
No, but do you know what it is? When Meek Mill came to the thing, the rankings, everyone thought, Meek Mill's cold. But when Eminem came to the rankings, people thought Eminem was a machine. Like
don't compare Meek Mill to Eminem. I'm using Eminem.
No, but you used Eminem as a barometer. And what I'm trying to say.
I'm saying because he's a battle rapper. That's where he got his background of being so good at, if we need to do this beef thing, I do this. This was my bread and butter. I know how
Eminem
to do
is
this.
different. No, I understand.
Why do you think Eminem bodies everybody who tries to take
Eminem
him on?
is a very different caliber.
That's what he
knows.
Eminem
is a very different caliber of MC to me.
Who's a better rapper? Who's a better rapper? Rhymes Fest or Eminem?
Eminem.
Rhymes Fest is beating him in a battle rap, though.
Yeah, but if they made a diss track, I mean, obviously he could. He can do
it. Just proved my point.
But he's still very good at it, right? Drake was seen as like some. No, but Drake was seen as like a pop guy. This is what I'm saying. Nobody would have ever
old school
Drake
could weren't seen. No. I said old school because these wasn't old school, but you got a point. I don't think everyone would have thought it would have been like that, but a lot of people probably thought, Meek Mill, bro. I understand Meek Mill's got credibility. He does, bro. No one's denying that. But I think at that time, everyone probably would have said, Drake gonna spin him.
I remember it like it was yesterday. The whole world was so shocked the way Drake bodied Meek. The whole world was like, whoa, how the hell did that happen? How the fuck did Meek just lose to Drake?
He should have said after Meek Mill, he should have said, I'm out of here. Don't no one call my name. Because when it was him on Pusha T, bro. that to me is That's horrible.
Pusha T-
Yeah, we won't even go
Pusha
in- we
T
won't even
came
go in.
up doing the battle thing as well. So I'm saying, so he used his ability, and
Mhm.
Drake couldn't. It was nothing he could do.
But
with it.
my
So
whole
why wasn't
argument is,
Meek
but just
able to
because
do
you're a
that?
battle rapper doesn't make you like Ken. Like, look at Ken. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Because what could
Everyone's
Drake
the same,
say?
bro.
Like when Pusha came out and did what he did, what could Drake do after that?
No, because it was done.
It was
Yeah,
done.
because Pusha T is like a legend in this battle thing. This is what I'm saying.
No, but
So you
It's not even
can
that.
be
The
great at something and
information that
lose.
Pusha T got
That's
was
what I'm saying. The
insane,
information
bro.
delivered in the diss track, which is
How
information.
can man? How can man tell
you?
you about your child before you announce it?
You know what? I
do you
don't
know how-
actually.
that's the
I don't
maddest
even
ever.
remember how we got on this path, because the point was something about you lot was saying like he was supposed to win or something, and that's how I don't even remember how we actually got on here. But whatever it was, the point
No,
was
Kendrick
Drake
was
was-
meant to win. Kendrick was meant to win.
Drake was the underdog against Meek in terms of like going
Oh.
lyrically in a battle diss thing,
Yeah.
and he somehow won, like flawlessly as well. So the point was that it can happen. I think that's what was the point of what we're saying. But Kendrick lyrically was supposed to beat Drake. Like he was just supposed to beat Drake. Like he's better lyric. He's supposed to beat him lyrically.
Yeah.
Like if he'd lost,
yeah.
everybody would have been like, "What the fuck is going
Yeah.
on?" I think that's the point
Drake,
that originally.
if Kendrick lost, everyone would have been like, Drake is legit. Like no one can say nothing.
Oh
to
yeah,
Drake.
yeah, that's what I mean.
No,
So,
I
yeah.
think people would have been
No.
more disappointed in Kendrick than they would have bigged up
No,
Drake.
bro, you'd have to.
No.
You know how high
Because
you'd have to hold Drake up.
Kendrick
if
gets
Drake
like
would have,
compared to
Bro.
like Nas and them, man, lyrically. If he'd have lost to Drake, he would have got like it would have been the disappointment in Kendrick. It wouldn't have, I mean, obviously Drake would
there
have
would
got
have
some
been
flowers,
both. It would
but
have
it
been
would have been the
disappointment in Kendrick, but it also would have been Drake is a
disappointment
killer
in
though.
Kendrick.
People, it would have been a bit of both. Kendrick would have been seen as raw. Like you couldn't handle Drake, and then obviously people would have been saying, "No, Drake is a madman, rare tear." But it wasn't that though. That's the thing. It wasn't that. For me, it was. I hate to say, no, I hate to say, it was just what I expected. I didn't expect Drake to win. I thought Drake put up a good record with Family Matters, but he did get spun. He got spun, fam. Some of the stuff that Kendrick was saying. Kendrick controlled the battle.
Me personally, I think what this is very, very similar to what happened when Jay-Z and Nas had their beef. Nas's song was so much better in terms of the catchiness and the little one-liners that it seemed to outshine the Jay-Z song so much. But when you actually heard the lyrics in the Jay-Z song, there was some good lyrics in there. But Nas won more for the fact of his song was just more catchier. It came across better.
Who had the better diss track, Nas or Jay-Z, bro?
Nas did.
So
when you actually hear some of the lyrics Jay-Z's saying, they're very good. But the song got dismissed because it wasn't as catchy. Like it wasn't as fun to listen to.
Fun, bro. He got
No. Jay-Z's tune was good, but it wasn't as fun.
Nas literally ethered him, bro.
Anyway,
bruv, I'm the biggest Jay-Z fan, bro. There's no way I can sit here and say that it got like undermined. Bruv, Nas just destroyed him.
Nas won. I said Nas won. But it was still more down to the fact that it was the more catchier song. It was easier to listen to. It was more fun to listen to. So therefore, it's easier for you to like get a liking to it. You look. I mean,
what was Jay-Z's track again? What was it called again? What was his one called again?
I don't even remember the name.
Was it Super Ugly or something? Was it? What was it?
No.
Super Ugly was one of them. Takeover was the other one.
Yeah,
Takeover went at a few people though. Takeover wasn't just aimed at Nas. Takeover went at a few people.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
Either way, you got like Takeover was sick.
It was. I'm trying to say, but Ether was mad.
I ain't touching Ether.
I never said it was better than Ether, but Ether had a better beat. It was more fun to listen to, and that allows it to be a much easier way for you to.
That's
accept.
so ironic.
Like if
Nas always gets criticism for the beats that he uses.
I know, and that was why he smacked it during
I'm just
the
saying.
beat.
I didn't.
Anyway. So they're not like us.
I don't get what your point is. I'm not even.
They're not like us. It's so catchy. You don't even realize it's a diss track unless you actually realize because it's such a catchy song.
I don't understand what we doing.
So the point is, I think that's why it's overshadowing so much
because it's catchy.
Because it's so much nicer to listen to because it's catchier, the beat is better. So
why is it catchy? No, but Drift, he could have said any. No, but Drift, hold on a second.
The production is better.
Okay, the beat could be so sick, but if the lyrics are not good, it's not going to be catchy though, is it? So the beat might be sick, you might just go.
No, of course. But I'm saying it helps.
Bro, no, but the lyrics have to be on point, bro.
Let's forget.
That's
this,
what
man.
makes a
Let's forget
track.
it. Let's just agree to disagree. Like they could drop not like us on a night out and we'd be dancing to it. It's so much more enjoyable. That's what's helping it to be what people are
Because
more
of the
gravitating towards.
But that's what Drake fans were saying, right? Kendrick ain't got a catchy song. He can't talk to Drake, and he brought out one during the
Of course
beat.
he's got of course he's got catchy songs.
No, but
like
no,
that.
I'm talking about
Not
during
like
that
Drake,
beat.
though.
They were like, none of them can really be bang
Drake
like
is
that.
known for being the hit maker for all the tunes there, the beats, everything.
He's got way more hits, but Kendrick still has some hits. I bang Kendrick.
Must
Like,
have
he
done a
still
beat,
has
hope.
some hits. Anyway, at the end of the day,
Must have done a beat. Hope
I don't even care enough for us to be arguing for this long. But
They're
yeah,
not. No, how can a man say they're not like us and then say, "All right, listen." For me, it was just a surgical burial. I can't even lie; it was horrible.
that's fine.
But
All
Drake
I'm
done
saying
his
is,
thing.
if you actually listen to Family Matters
No,
properly,
it's
it's a very good diss track. It's a very good diss track.
Is it? Or would you say it's better than Meet the Grahams? Even that is it better than Meet the Grahams?
Yes, I personally think it is, but that's just my opinion.
Fair play.
I
No, fair
think
play. Cool. That's cool. That's cool.
but that's me anyway.
Selection says Meek was definitely branded to be the better battle rapper prior to the date Drake diss. That's not even up for debate. Oh, sorry, I read that one already. Big up Selection.
Big up.
KC says, big up Team Kopish. This is Kendrick. This Kendrick versus Drake clash reminds me of MJ versus Prince in the 80s. I don't think Prince and MJ were in their own lanes, man. They didn't really beef for anything. Selection says the masses would have been more disappointed at a man calling himself the boogeyman than Drake, the whiter boy, winning. See that again, yeah. That for me, that's political, innit? But Selection, I'm not even coming at you. It seems like you're a Drake fan, and no matter what I say, you're just gonna kind of side with Drake. So,
Man said, "OVO." No, I'm only joking.
I don't think it was close. Like, I think Drake's did put up a very good fight. I don't think anyone else.
Bro.
The only person I think in the game right now who could actually beat Kendrick in a battle rap or diss tracks is probably J. Cole. Because J. Cole, there's no real dirt on J. Cole out there.
Yeah,
So what's
or
Kendrick
unless
gonna really
that
find
dirt
in it?
needs to stay in the
And
dirt.
yeah, unless you find something.
Because he said, "I'm not involved in the battle. I don't need to. I don't need to destroy. I don't need to get involved in all this madness."
I reckon he got tipped off by both of them and was like, "Look, this ain't just like a competition.
This is
thing.
going, this is deeper
way
than
more
rap. 'Cause
serious
what they
than that."
said was deeper than rap. I'll be real.
Yeah,
Deeper
way
than
deep.
rap, bro. It's way deeper than rap. That's a personal thing. Like
Yeah.
them man there. Like I'm gonna be real. I reckon Kendrick has an album of diss tracks. That's how crazy it is.
He said he got 5 more in it. Here's the thing: Kendrick and Drake probably will never be cool after this.
No. You'll
I
never
don't know
see
how
them
you
on,
can be cool.
bro.
I don't know.
You'll never see them on a track ever again, like together. You won't.
I don't see how you can be.
You won't.
You can't call me what Kendrick and Drake and then we be cool.
But Fana, don't give me joke, man. Said
That's
you
what I'm
lot
saying.
just play the songs. It's copyright free. Like, yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay then.
Oh man.
Mad thing.
Oh, Lee, I see you still in the chat, Lee. It's all right, bro.
Lee's
It's
still
all right,
there,
man.
you know.
It's all right.
No, but
Lee.
what Lee's saying there, I don't even know, because he's saying Liverpool are Shawn Michaels and Arsenal are Triple H. But Shawn
Yeah, Shawn
Michaels would be considered to have had the better career. So I'm quite surprised.
Shawn Michaels
Lee
is seen as one of the best ever. Without,
Yeah, I'm quite surprised that Lee said that. Unless that's
Innit?
Lee actually
Arsenal.
owning that
Arsenal
Liverpool's
getting it wrong
better.
again, innit?
Arsenal always
No,
get it
unless
wrong.
you know what, he might be
And Triple
owning
H
it.
took roids as well, innit?
He might be owning it, you lot. This might be Lee owning it. He might actually be saying, no, Liverpool are the better team. He might be owning
Or
it.
do you think it's a typo? Liverpool are Shawn Michaels combined with Triple H, and Arsenal are China.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, that's deep.
No, Matt's
I
nasty.
I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe there's a
deep,
typo
bro.
in there.
That's
I don't
deep.
know.
That's deep.
Well, people, make sure you switch.
Basically
your
called Arsenal
notifications
backup dancers. That's deep, man.
You know the ones there. China, it's a mad thing.
off. Nah, people, it's been a pleasure. Hold on. Selection says still waiting on the first sighting of Drake's 11-year-old daughter, and nah, I think Drake is not all that, but I don't think he lost convincingly lyrically. Do you know what?
Do you know what? This is exactly what I was trying to say. Big up Selection because he's pretty much wording what I'm saying well. If you lot say Kendrick's won, that's fine. But I think it's a very unfair public opinion. Drake's been bodied. He has not been bodied because his track is very good. He lost. He wasn't bodied. His track is very good. That's the only point I've been trying to make this whole time.
That's one track. The only thing I say is the Heart Part 6 let me down. Do you know what? If Drake came up with the same
I'm not even gonna lie, I
energy-
still think Part 6 was quite cool, bruv. Like, I only heard it for the first
you know what
time
it is?
listening, but I thought it was all right, to be
Bruv,
fair.
the Heart Part 6 for me is what... So if he had the same energy for Family Matters, I reckon I would have sat there and gone, you know what? Hey, Drake, you know what? But
Kendrick
bro,
said, "Be your arse and hide the Bible if God's watching." I'm sorry, it's like it's
the Heart
done,
Part
man.
6.
Cal, just out of curiosity, do you actually know any of Drake's lyrics? Because
Yes.
it is
Yeah,
kind
but
of
they're just
mad
not
that
as
you
good
can
as
recite
Kendrick's,
all
though.
Kendrick's. No, so you don't think Drake's got any in Family Matters? There's
No,
7
bruv.
minutes of barring, and you don't think he said
Once
anything
again,
good?
I'll say what I said. Drake's one was a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Kendrick's was a solid 10 out of 10. Like, it's
I mean, the
good.
beautiful thing about music is no opinion is ever truly right because it is just about what you prefer.
But
So-
imagine a rapper says on record, yeah, man, I ain't even gonna bother anymore. Like, you're just making stuff up and like,
The talking bit at the end that.
But I just thought that is weak, bro. Like,
No,
what-
not necessarily, because when there was a beef between Nas and Cam bodied Nas, and he literally did that. He just spoke pure facts over the beat. He didn't actually rap, and it was beautiful to listen to. So
Bro,
I do believe that you can. Do you remember that?
No,
Do you remember
no.
that?
No,
I
do.
don't.
but this was
I don't
different.
even remember that. I don't.
You don't remember when Cam bodied
don't.
Nas without even rapping? He just spoke over the beat, bro.
You think
but
he
it's
bodied
bare
Nas?
facts, bro.
He did the rap and then he
100%.
tried to speak at the end, like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be the bigger man of all." I
This
was like, bro, you
talking
started
thing,
it.
I think it's overplayed, fam. This talking thing.
Fair enough.
Do you know what it was? I'll be real. The things that he was being called, which we won't go into. That was checkmate, because that's a mazza. That's a checkmate. What else can you really do?
Whitney. Did they just not mention Whitney?
Just don't say Whitney, and the man would have just start talking about accolades, bro.
You can't start speaking about people's wives and families and not expect a bite.
I think
back.
you're not gonna get you're not gonna get whacked up.
Well, people, we're gonna sign off there. If you haven't already, smash that like button, switch on the notification bell. Until we see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish out, people. Take care.
Peace.